This episode is sponsored by Moonlight Liquor, located 265 North Moonlight Road, Gardner, Kansas. Open Sundays from noon to 8 p.m., Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m.
Moonlight Liquor is the biggest around with a square footage of 10,000 feet. They carry 48 cooler doors full of domestic and imported beer, a huge craft selection, including local breweries, also accessible through the walk-in cooler. They carry a wide selection of domestic and imported wines, including local wineries and an organic and sustainable wine selection. And of course, a massive selection of spirits in the course.
And for you cigar fans, like myself, Moonlight Liquor has a walk-in humidor that carries a nice variety of over 30 cigar brands. With that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. Son, real quick,
What?
on the way over here,
What about it?
you drive like a maniac.
No, I don't.
Look, so we're driving. Chris, back me up. Well, Chris wasn't even paying attention.
He's on his phone.
So I know all the time. Why was it that every car that we drove behind, you were on their ass?
Because every car we drove behind was fucking slow. That's not my fault.
But I didn't teach you that.
Well, that's not my fault.
But they were going the speed limit.
No, they were going slower. We had somewhere to be, so we had to get around them.
Yeah, I know, but still, he was like, Mark, we couldn't even read the plates.
Oh, that because we were so close behind them.
That's how close we were to the fucking cars. We couldn't read the plate. I couldn't read the plates.
So
then I asked you, what I asked you?
You said, why are you driving so fast?
Why are you driving so fast?
Because we had somewhere to be. So you're telling me you've never driven on someone's ass because you had to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Like you've never driven to go, oh my God, I have to take a shit. I need to get home right now. So I'm going to start speeding up.
But no, I don't know.
You're lying. You're such a liar. You're going to drive the normal speed limit and hold that shit in.
You know what? No, that's not what I'm talking about.
I know, but I'm saying there are reasons to drive fast. And that was the reason to drive fast because we had to get to the studio.
Look, stop yelling at me.
I'm not yelling at you. Your microphone's just loud.
Okay.
Or your earbuds.
Yeah. So, no, but, all you had to do was drive around. Just get around the cars.
I couldn't. It took a second for the other car behind us.
There was one car you literally pushed.
Whatever. What he's claiming to say is that I pushed it into the off-going ramp because I was going so fast.
No, and then you took that one car and you made her get off the exit.
Whatever.
Yeah, literally. We're driving. This lady had to get off because either she was freaking out or I was like, dude, relax. We took our time here anyway.
I guess because I had a rush.
We could blame our guests because they got here really late.
Or they got here early.
No, they were actually pretty early.
Speaking of our guests.
Yeah, speaking of our guests, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome good friends of ours, Marty and Will Schneider. So did I say that right? Schneider?
Yep, Schneider. Yep.
Schneider. Man, believe me, there was times where I couldn't. Was it Snyder?
No.
Schneider? Yeah. Anyway. And then
Real German.
It's German.
Schneider!
Yes.
Yeah.
Otto von Schneider.
Otto von Schneider! That's the youngest Schneider over there. He's currently in the studio as well with my brother Chris, helping out on the recording side.
Yeah.
How are you doing, Jake?
Good.
Yes, Chris,
There's a lot of pushing buttons over there. It's a big soundboard. So you are officially on the wheels of steel today with Chris.
He said he's not calling it. You guys are the wheels of steel, Chris. You're our DJ. You control the video part of this. I got the audio, but you got the video. All right? Whatever.
We should be in good hands. They're going to be engineers someday.
Yeah.
Yeah. See?
Oh, you guys want to work on trains?
Yep.
Stupid.
That's an engineer. They drive trains.
You know what, Chris, Grandpa worked for the railroad. I don't know if he was an engineer.
A lot of money.
That's called legacies.
Yeah.
All right? Just don't get derailed.
Yeah.
All right.
Marty, Will, how you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
Everything good?
Oh, yeah.
Still working down that heat?
Every day. And not counting on next week. Next week's supposed to be in the hundreds again.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it is supposed to be a hot week. So You just get used to it. You know, I've been doing it for 20, 25 years, and you just get used to it.
So anybody listening who may just be wondering about a guest, Marty, you work in currently construction, so specifically just road maintenance, or what is it?
Our company has a contract to replace all water main breaks, the concrete and the asphalt throughout the city, Kansas City, Missouri, which is big. It covers, from Smithville to Belton to Lee Summit to State Line.
Wow.
And it's just a lot of work. It's a minority-owned company, and but that's our biggest contract, and we do other stuff. We do a lot of other stuff. But
wow.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it clear when he says he's getting used to it. He's had, I want to say, 5 kidney stones.
Oh, well, yeah.
So when he says he's getting used to it, he has gotten used to being dehydrated every day.
And you start working through the kidney stones now.
Yeah, okay.
And this is why he drinks so much water now.
Exactly.
Got the
Wait,
next
So,
Not-
back in the day, it was all beer and
I'm sure.
Coors Light maybe here and there, and
Yeah, the cooler next to you on the way home. It was ready to go home, but it's just changed. It just changed.
yeah, man, that's Well, I mean, more power to you. I mean, all my life I've been working indoors, AC. So yeah, like I said, more power to you. It's
I've always wanted to be outside. Did sports growing up, and so I just like being outside. Same way, we grew up when we got home. You got out on your bike and you just rode.
Right,
you went somewhere and you came home when it got dark.
That
that was the only rule.
Yeah, exactly.
Once the lights come on, you come home, and so.
Yeah, that's exactly the way we did it back in the day. Just get on the bikes or just go out running, grab a basketball, go play ball.
Yeah, they did it too. Remember, they did the bikes for a while.
Yeah. During the summer, they would ride their bikes.
I hate bikes, first of all.
I
hate bikes.
Why?
It skipped a generation, apparently, because we hate bikes. Dude, I don't physically fit on a bike. My butt is too big for a bike.
I know that for you, and then I hate bikes
because your knees touch your chin.
Yes, because I'm like, I feel so awkward on it. And then I hate bikes too because when I was growing up, we kind of tried to be like our younger brothers, and it was like, oh yeah, let's go ride bikes.
How do we grow up and try to be like our younger brothers?
I just mean later on. You're right, but mom,
that's a good point. I almost did a flip. I was like, what the heck just happened here?
I want to be like them when I grow up.
No, I just meant they ended up doing it. We didn't, but I just remember hating bikes too because my mom was like, oh yeah, you're gonna go buy this bike. I was like, I'm gonna go buy a bike. She made me spend like $200 on a bike that I maybe rode 5 times.
And where's that bike now?
It's hanging up in the garage. Yeah, Dad hung it up in the garage. It's brand new, man.
You had that bike that everybody else was jealous about. Like, oh man, he's got that 10-speeder.
And I could shift gears. Yeah. I could shift the
gears to go up hills. You walk your bike up a hill and then you ride it down. That's what you
I
do.
didn't want to ride it in the first place.
Walk it up and coast down.
Exactly.
Didn't even have to pedal. Didn't even need pedals on that bike.
Exactly. No, it was sick, but I just hated it. And like you said, we just didn't ride bikes.
Yeah. Plus, for the times when we needed a bike, elementary and middle school. Elementary, your grandma lived right behind our elementary school, so you guys walked home. At the middle school, we took a bus. There was no reason to take a bike.
Take a bus in middle school. Holy crap!
Yeah, because we live near each other, so we took the same bus. So we didn't need to ride any bikes. Yeah. Screw that. This isn't Stranger Things.
I love. Hey, I'm only in season 2. I still need to get through.
Oh my god.
Anyway, real quick, Marty, how long would you say we've known each other? I'm gonna put you on the spot because I still can't.
Well, I started thinking about it the other day when you asked me about this, and it has to go back to when they played soccer with Augie.
It was
when we first met you, and so
that was because Will.
So you guys were the kids.
6. We would have been 6 years old.
6, 7, because they played with Nico played with them.
Yeah.
Okay. What school did you attend? I mean, do you?
So before he started out at East Antioch for
East
kindergarten.
Antioch.
Yeah, it's right there by Milburn Country Club, just down the street from the Shawnee Mission School District's offices.
I'm glad you know that.
Yeah. It's right there. And then, so I just remember walking him into his class, 2nd grade, Miss Sharp.
Yep, Miss Sharp.
Yeah, it was Miss Sharp, and we walked in there.
Yeah.
And I think Mark James was in there, and some of the guys. I was like, Dawson. I think Dawson Cantwell might have been in there.
Yeah.
And so, that was his first day. And then,
because she had sat us next to each other, because we had sat next to each other.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Mark have a good story from the first couple weeks of school or whatever. I remember when I was in 2nd grade, obviously I'd moved, and I'm a social person. I love to have friends and like to talk to people, and I've pretty much always been that way. And I remember it was it might have been the end of the first week, and Miss Sharp asked me, Will, how was your first week? And I was like, it didn't go so good. I don't have any friends, and I remember Mark said when he's like, I'll be your friend, Will, and I was like, that's my best friend, and we've literally probably been best friends ever since.
Right, we're going on.
Well,
so second grade, 12 years. I came into the match at 6.
We were 6 years old. We're 23. We're 23.
You know
We're 23 now.
I mean, and
we're going with something. We're almost 20 years. That's
good.
That's a weird. That's crazy.
That's a long time, dude.
Yeah, no, that's awesome though. That's awesome to have friendship, and hopefully hopefully just keep going from here. But the fact that Marcos was like, "Hey, I'll be your friend." Well, Marcos didn't have friends either at the time, so that worked out really well.
I tricked you is what I did.
Yeah, I think Marcos probably turned around, looked at the class, and says, "Yes." Everybody.
That was my Rudy moment.
Yeah.
And I've been coasting on it ever since.
But yeah, that's when I think they started, was that soccer with Augie, and then we did flag football, and that was third grade.
Yeah,
was the first year, because that would have been, we went on the Sanchez's in too, right? They would have been added in, and
so who put the team together, the flag football team?
I guess
who was it did that?
I guess
was it
I
you
did,
or Augie or
no? Well, we did flag. Remember, we did flag in KCK.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
where I think Augie set me up for coaching because he got busy. He had to go coach soccer. So can you just step in
he used the exact same line on me.
Yeah, so he's like, I need you to coach football, and it was fun.
And it was soccer that he got me into, and
And so it's addicting, and so you get out there on the field and you get to coach them, and then you get to see the kids and their reactions when good things happen.
Holy crap! I've never thought about that, Marty. You've been coaching us our whole life, so I never thought about what did you do before you started coaching. So I was just assuming you were coaching.
No. I was the dad on the sideline yelling at my son, coaching him, and then So then I think Augie was like, you know what? He needs to stop. I need him out here. If we're going to do this. We did the flag football, because I didn't coach. Heck, you know what? When did but you did basketball.
Yeah,
that was.
But when did David Curtis come around? Was it flag football?
Yeah,
no.
Mark James was our flag football guy,
and then
Mark James was our little tight end dump.
Yeah, tight end center. We played center, and then the other.
No, it wasn't until 4th grade when we threw pads on that David Curtis.
Yeah, David Curtis would have came in, and Alex.
Okay. Well, why am I thinking?
Jordan? Was it White Jordan?
Yeah, that's what we call it.
White Jordan? Yeah, not Black Jordan.
We had Black Jordan in baseball. We had
White Jordan.
I thought you were talking about some shoes.
No.
I remember the kid, but that's specifically why I remember.
That's how we did it. Yeah. So, and we had him, and then.
I laid Black
David
Jordan
Curtis
out.
and Alex came and played with us.
Yeah. Okay. So that was later. For some reason, I was just thinking right now that I thought that David Curtis had joined the flag football team because that's when David Curtis Sr. or I don't know if he was junior or senior, but the person that I went to school with. Yeah. That's when we reunited because we haven't seen each other at that time, maybe 15, 20 years, and then. Boom! All of a sudden, we become buddies again because our kids are starting to play football. Yeah, see, but for some reason, I thought that was at City Park, right?
Yeah,
it was at City Park.
City Park is where we
played
the flag.
That's the one Augie did. Yeah, that was Augie and then Coach Steve Smith. I don't know.
Jeremy.
Steve, didn't he play with the Carolina Panthers? Wide receiver? Not that.
Then he went to Baltimore.
Now we're talking Black Jordans, White Jordans. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, because we was at City Park and then we played off of whatever elementary that was off of Turner Diag too. Because we also played baseball there as well.
Right.
Yeah.
We played at the middle school when we played.
So you're talking about Riverview?
Yeah, Riverview. There you go.
Yeah. So that was fun. We still know the plays. They were all like
animals.
Snake.
It was animals. It was entirely animals.
Yeah, that's like gorilla.
Hey, we need to throw in deep. Go cheetah.
Yeah, cheetah.
Yeah.
So
we had cheetah before the Chiefs had cheetahs.
Yes,
right?
we did.
They stole it from us.
Yeah, I guess.
But that's what coaches do. We still, you got something good that works. We're going to make it happen. We're going to use it. So
let's go back to the soccer when I think Coach Augie was coaching. We used to play. Was that me?
Yeah, it was you.
Yeah, when we used to play up, the kids would play up at Stump. Remember the fields that smelled really bad?
Right by the dump.
Right by the dump. Is that what they call it? Stump by the dump.
Stump by the dump.
If the wind was blowing off the top of that dump.
And I'll tell you what, because those are some of the funniest times is because the teams we played on, Will was usually our only, he was one of two things. He was our white kid and he was our lefty. With the specs, man. Those were the fucking specs. Style, man. They're coming back, dude. I see professional athletes wearing them now. But that was the funniest thing is because like it was like you and like we had like maybe a couple other white kids, but it was always you guys, and
Dawson,
I was always
Dawson
was the other one.
Yeah.
Dawson wore the specs too?
No. He was the soccer.
Oh, the soccer.
Yeah.
Like, was he left-footed as well?
He was both.
Yeah,
Dawson was good at being both at everything.
Yeah.
Dawson was good,
Yeah.
Baseball and soccer. He was good at being on both sides.
I know, but you're weird about that. You are too, because you are left-handed, but you bat and swing right. Like
golf.
I right-handed. Yeah, golf right-handed.
So weird.
Yeah. So I right-handed. I kick left-footed.
You're all messed up.
Yeah.
Well, we tried to blame,
and now my right ear doesn't work. So
we blame the left.
I'm all left ear.
Yeah. Dad does think he has a reason for why.
Why do you blame him, Marty?
Well,
not me. It might have been my fault. I was probably being.
He was real little, and I guess my older sister, she used to watch him while we were at work, and supposedly one day she vacuumed his right hand, and it tore all the skin off his hand.
Vacuum like over his hand?
She was vacuuming the carpet and tore the skin off his hand.
Okay, so what kind of vacuum was this? It literally took your hand.
Probably old one.
My
was
sister
really
was cheap, but he held his hand for about 3 weeks. He kept his right hand.
He had to use his left hand?
Everything with his left hand. He'd eat and stuff with his left hand, and that's what we've always claimed.
And how old?
He was
2?
little. He was still crawling, so he would have been real little.
Man,
So, somewhere in 2, yes.
Somebody was mad at you, Will. Man, that's crazy. I never knew about that.
But that's what we always said. Why he became left-handed, but left-footed, left-handed,
and so she ran over your right foot as well.
That's another thing. It's like, why am I left-footed? But I guess it just made sense. Like I just do whatever felt comfortable. So I'm sure that's what you do too. It's like. Like I hold a pencil in my left hand. I'm like, I can't even make a.
Yeah, well, the problem with feeling comfortable is my whole left side of my body is completely useless. I can't do anything with left side. When we play basketball, I can only go right. I couldn't make a left-handed layup to save my life. It was the ugliest thing if I tried.
Yeah, that's funny.
Literally like I'd have to use 2 hands on the left side.
I mean, if you had to do the left-handed layup, it's because you're shielding. You're trying to go left-handed. Right. I mean, I always told you if you could go right-handed. If you're by yourself, just go ahead, put it up right-handed. Right. You know.
But I'm just saying, if I had to go left, I couldn't. I'd rather I'll send it back out because I'm not going to go up left.
I'm not going to lay it up. I'm going to kick it right back out. Or just bang it off the backboard.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I had to do, man.
But it was always an advantage being left because most kids weren't. You know, so like in soccer, everybody went right. Everybody went right.
That's
and
true.
same way in basketball.
Everybody go force them left, force them left. I was like, this is so easy.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that's how you start. You started going down right. All right, make him go left. Yeah, okay, I'll go left.
A little crossover.
And he goes being able to dunk at 12 years old.
But yeah, and then you started your basketball team about then too, right? Didn't we start at Blue Jacket Flint?
Yeah, I mean, I had started basketball with Mario, you know.
Right.
I had already had those legs, and then I was like, man, this Will kid is stretching, boy. Right. You know, he's a tall kid.
And yet Israel, we had Israel one year. We had Israel 1 year.
We've had a whole.
We had Spencer 1 year too. Dubois.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we are definitely going to talk about that. But we used to play down at Turner, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Turner League.
Mm-hmm. I remember that coach
because they were the small goals, right?
Yeah.
They put the goal on top of the goal.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that. I remember we went to play the first game, and I was so nervous because I think it was going to be the first basketball game I ever played.
Is that when you got sick?
Yeah, I didn't get to play it.
Yeah,
mom made me go home. I was so nervous, I threw up outside of the Turner gym, probably like on the steps. On the steps, and I had to go, and I was like, no, I want to play, Mom. And she's like, no, you threw up. If you throw up, you don't get to play.
I'm excited. I threw from excited.
I was like, what? I was so nervous and excited. And that's how I've always been though with any kind of sport.
You know what's funny? You say that,
and I was sitting there going, dang, my 5-footer's leaving. Everybody else is shorter than 5 foot.
And you know what's crazy? Well, it's funny you say you got sick because for people who don't know, we also played in this other league together. We played in a church basketball league. Upwards. A lot of people playing it. And the way it works is they give you wristbands and you're supposed to guard your color wristband. So it's not necessarily, it's supposed to be an inclusion style. So like everybody gets to play. Mm-hmm. And for the most, for the 3 years or so that we played, me and Will had been on the same team every year. In our final year, like 6th grade, we were too good together. So they had to separate us. So when it came to the game where we played each other, I was so nervous. My stomach was killing. I was like, I don't know if I can do it. I cannot play
good.
this.
I feel like I remember you doing really well.
Yeah,
I remember shooting 1 3-pointer and hitting that, and I was like, that was great. And then the rest of the time, I think Marcos locked me down. I don't think I scored a point.
Dude, I'm telling you, just because we had to play each other, I was physically I was sick to myself. I was like, I don't want to play. I do not want to play.
We're just so used to being on the same team.
Yeah,
everything.
It was such a weird, nerve-wracking thing. And then what happened was, because the one series where we weren't guarding each other, that's when we racked up the scores on the other team.
Okay, that's probably facts. Yeah.
And we are still mad about the fact that these two kids who claim to be brothers got to play on the same team. Cole and Potter. Jason Potter. You guys were not brothers. And I'll tell him this because he watches our stuff. And I'll tell Cole, you guys are fucking liars. You weren't brothers just because you're the same skin tone. You got away with it. Screw you guys.
Yeah, but that game that you say that Marcos shut you down, yeah, he made $10 that night. So.
Incentive.
There's a bounty.
There's an incentive.
You gotta shut Will down.
I have no idea. I don't remember that
funny.
game at all.
Parents do that. Dad used to offer ice cream if we scored goals in soccer. Yeah.
It was one for each, but there was 5 of us, so it was every goal. If you only scored 3 goals, only 3 people got ice cream.
So, and then, of course, and then our younger boys, they got to do the.
Oh, that was the best. Watching them come up and upwards.
Man.
Yeah, you guys remember the upward games? Did you enjoy them?
We still laugh at some of the kids Chris had to guard or guarded Chris.
Yeah, right.
They were so bad. It was so bad.
You know what I'm still mad upset about, Marty's, because it's freaking the first year we did it. I'm still mad at Will about this because whatever relative you had working for the organization at the end of the year party, they were doing a drawing and they called Will's they called Will's name to win like an iPod Nano. It's like, well, that's cheating. So what church is this? This isn't fair. He knows him. That's not fair.
Yep, the big prize getting ready to come out. Will watch Will get this one. Will Schneider. Yep, there it goes.
Oh, where's that?
Didn't even draw it out.
I know. Forgot to put his name in the hat. He still won.
He put his hand in the bowl and didn't even look. And he said, "Will Schneider," and then he put it away. Where's that iPod Nano at now? What'd you do with it?
Was it really a Nano?
Yeah, it's in the desk drawer.
Still has it.
It's a little blue, light blue. Yeah.
There's no way it works though.
No.
Like 12 years later.
We got plenty of cords. We can figure out a charger.
Yeah, I'm sure if you want.
I know, right?
Cords have it now.
Do you guys have like a drawer or a box of wires drawer?
We have 2.
They save everything.
We got the one in the garage that has all the TV stuff, like when you used to have to plug in everything.
And your video to audio.
Yeah, the red, white,
got the
yellow.
gold one.
Yeah,
I got the yellow, the red, the greens, and then we have the one drawer of all the leftover chargers. From
all the
old video cameras to
cameras to Game Boys to DSs to all the new stuff. To iPhones.
We don't need the video cameras anymore because all his high school highlights. My grandma and aunt, they burned them on the CDs.
Yep.
What?
So if you want to watch Harmon against us, my sophomore year, who was that tall running back you guys had? He's real tall. I mean, he was like 6'5".
Damn.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Jesus.
Mark Collins?
Is that what?
No, that guy played in 73. Was that the year 73, 74?
That was 85.
Oh, 85. 85.
But we got Harmon.
I was a freshman in 85, so.
We had sophomores. We didn't have freshmen at Shining Mission North. My senior year was the first year Shining Mission North added the freshman class and took away the class from Hawker Grove.
Okay, yeah, see, so it bounces back to, we have in the previous episodes, we've talked to my cousins about that, and one of them remembers that they didn't have baseball and they didn't have soccer.
Yeah.
And when it all changed, just like you said, so I'm assuming that year, every school just everything changed.
Yeah. All the hallways were full, because we only had 3 classes until my senior year. You could, and then next thing you know, there's kids everywhere. And then they cut all the middle school sports. We didn't have basketball because we competed in basketball. We had the only banner at Hawker. We won the tournament my 9th grade year. And there was a banner. I even asked for it when they redid the gymnasium, and they said they lost all the stuff. Like they don't know where it's at.
It's all got
the one
there.
banner. It's the only banner
right.
Yeah, let me ask you, Marty. So then now you're saying I didn't realize you went to Hawker as well. So you've always been in the area.
Did you have Hoofenagel?
I had Hoofenagel.
No fucking way.
Hoofenagel and Pickernell. Pickernell was the other
God.
We don't know him.
Yeah, Pickernell.
But Hoofenagel?
Yeah,
you say pick your nose?
Yeah, Pickernell. He was the coach with Kuzi Dim.
Pickernell
over at Shawnee Mission Northwest baseball.
Wow.
Yeah, they were the ones that Coach Rich Cousy did, and he was my teacher. I was at Ray Marsh. This is where I went to elementary school. Was Ray Marsh over there off Rose Hill. And
Okay, so Ray Marsh, then Hawker, then
Shawnee Mission.
And then Shawnee
So,
Mission.
but back to what I was saying. So that makes me wonder. So you've always been in the area, correct?
Yeah, I grew up. You know where Tinkerfer Plaza, or what is the Westlake Hardware over there by Biscuit. So I grew up right behind there.
Really?
Yeah, you can still see our old house that we grew up at. So
wow,
and so
that's crazy.
My sisters, or my youngest sister, went to Blue Jacket Flint. We moved over to where my parents are now when I was in 7th grade.
Wow. So then you it feels pretty good to have all your children go through this, like your same journey up to high school and then graduating.
When we moved, we were in the Shawnee Mission North area. And when we moved where we are now, my wife asked, and basically I wanted a house built in the 70s because I knew at the time, those are the bones of the house are really strong. And I wanted to be in Shawnee Mission North area. And her being a Shawnee Mission East graduate, she's like, really?
Was there a close call? Like, you know what? Maybe I want my kids to go to East.
No, she honestly just started shopping. And Lindsay drove through that neighborhood that we're at. And she said, hey, I think I found our house. And of course, my parents only live a couple blocks away. And I had friends that grew up and lived in there. But when we went to Shawnee Mission North, there really wasn't, North and Northwest didn't have boundaries. You just chose which one you wanted to go to. So like the class 2 years above us, almost all the football players went to Shawnee Mission North. They from Hawker Grove, and so Hawker was kind of split. And then my class, we just split in half. So me and some of the linemen went to North, and the running backs and receivers basically went to Northwest. And so it made high school hard. Because we just weren't that, you just lost so much. But then we had kids from Milburn and Ole Miss, and so we added players. But it was just different. Yeah, so I grew up in the area the whole time, and my family's always been there, and that's what I wanted them to get the chance to go to Shawnee Mission North, because I knew what inside that brick building, it's just different. It's just it's a family. Everything you did, even when we were there, all the dances, all the parties, it was one big group in the middle instead of
section and all
guys, kids and jocks and
was it
and all that.
Weird. It sounds like, because I mean, you were in high school like towards like the end of the 70s, 80s. That's when there was that exactly. It was that stigma where everybody was separated by their and we were, I guess they're still one of the few schools that they choose to be accepted by everybody. Although every school is going to say oh, we're this, we're that, and even kids within the school says I don't really want to mess with those kids.
I think ours was the theater. The theater.
I mean, we're still the theater. Like, we're known for the best theater in the district.
Miss McClatchy, I think, was her name. But it was just because there was why everybody did theater. A wide variety of people. It wasn't just this. And
our last 2 years, our main drama teacher. Well, no, our main drama teacher was our head
football coach.
So.
Yeah. I mean, they were breaking some boundaries, I guess. It's funny, we were talking about how you were like one of the years where went sophomore to senior year. Personally, I've been thinking about it a lot because other people have been saying that. I was like, you know what? That is honestly, in my opinion, kind of smarter. Because the fact is, we were 14-year-olds going against a 250-pound 18-year-olds. That is not
D1.
Exactly.
D1.
Literally. And one of my favorite stories to tell, which is a highlight on his name, is a D1 athlete who signed with Oregon, threw me 20 yards, and then tackled the will with a slide for like 10.
Yeah.
He got
smacked my head on the ground.
But it was a touchdown.
Yeah, but we scored a touchdown. Yeah, we laid our life. Yeah,
we put our bodies on the line for one touchdown.
Yeah.
So of course, your dad and I were sitting on the stands going, oh, and then we're like, yeah, we just scored a touchdown.
And then, did they get up? Then you look back. Did they get up?
Yeah,
exactly. Because I remember looking, and I just remember saw Marcos go. Like, oh my gosh! I got out of the pocket, running. I'm like, oh my, this guy is gonna get me.
Marcos went flying.
Fling it as far. Thank God I was going left, because I wouldn't have got it there if I wasn't going left.
Yeah.
And dude smashed me into the ground, and I come to, and I'm looking at their sideline, but I hear cheering. I hear everybody going crazy because it was the first touchdown of the game.
Exactly.
It was our first lead all year and stuff like that. And they're going crazy. I was like, I threw a pick. And I look, and then I turned to our sideline, and everybody's jumping up and down, and my family's going crazy in the crowd. And I was like, oh my God, we scored. And I'm looking at Mark, and Mark's like, are you okay? I was like, I'm not okay.
Just threw one of these. I'm over here. Just
I know, while all of this cheering is going on,
we're dead.
And both of you guys are just still laying on your backs looking at each other.
Dude, I'll never forget, because I was so pissed because one of our older guys, we went Jeremy Sanchez.
Yeah,
We were in a two running back situation. And I don't know why. He quickly, hey, switch with me. We were on sides. He said, what? Why? He said, just switch with me. And we switched. And I had to go after that guy. Yeah. I don't know if he set me up or what.
He set you up.
It's something. Jimmy Swain.
Jimmy Swain. And then I think Isaiah Simmons would have been on the field too.
Simmons.
He would have
been
Marcel Spears.
Marcel Spears. When Iowa State was on that.
But that play, he comes around the end, and I was like, oh, Marco says, stay low, stay low. Okay, that did not work. Stay low did not work. We'll throw the ball.
He was a speed bump. Just enough time to get it off.
That 0.5 seconds that I got flown was just enough to.
And you have the video, right?
Yeah.
It's on his highlights.
We're laying on the ground and you see the one finger go up like this.
And the camera angle.
You did the Larry Bird. You familiar with that? I think I told you that. Yeah. Call the shot. Larry Bird takes that last shot, turns around, looks at the crowd, puts his finger in the air, and the ball just goes right in the.
But you guys, awesome. That was cool. Like during football, when plays like that happen, and you could turn and see your crowd, especially like Shawnee Mission South Stadium. It's a lot more people.
Yeah,
and I just remember when I was playing, and you'd score and you'd turn, and you just saw everybody standing up and jumping, and it's kind of neat. And I don't know how was the same in basketball when it was that packed.
Oh, 2016.
Yeah, basketball was insane.
You couldn't find a seat.
Yeah, 26 season.
That was the thing. And then like the student section, like that's the only time I've probably played a sport on a team where the crowd impacted how we played.
Yeah.
And as soon as we got the crowd behind us, like it just took one dunk or one good three or just like Michael or Marcus doing something.
They just start rolling.
Just doing something just that only they could do. And then all of a sudden it's like we just took over. Like the other team can't hear.
Such momentum, hype. Like especially in basketball, because the way I love our gym is so cool because it's it sits in like a high rise with like concrete bleachers where it looks down to the court, almost like a professional NBA style.
Yeah, it's like you're in a pit and no one else plays in something like that. And so when they come to our gym, it's a totally different atmosphere.
Yeah, the other school.
You throw the band in. That was visiting into the stadium and with their loud. I mean, that's loud.
Yeah. And in Wyandotte High School is the same way. I wonder if the person who did Wyandotte High School did North, because they're built the same way.
That's true. The only place that was kind of close was Washington.
Washington was neat. It's got that.
Washington was scary. Washington scared me. I remember
when you walk through the metal detectors coming through.
Took us, checked all our bags, wanted us. Then we got to walk through the metal detector. I was like,
you guys thought you were getting ready to board a plane.
I was like, what's going on?
Where are we getting ready to fly to?
And then the I guess it was the scariest part for me, but right before the game, they don't tell you what's about to happen. Like your coach doesn't even know. Like Schneider didn't know either. They kill the lights. Like everything goes black. shit. And they start screaming. Like the crowd start. And you're like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden the spotlight comes on, and it's just the player intros. Yeah. Okay. But for a good 5 seconds, you're like, what? What just happened? Like it like
it's a setup. It's a setup.
I was just like, what is going on?
It almost gave you incentive to lose that game because you don't want to be there when you win.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean, they'd like stand by your bus.
See, and you should have known what was going to get ready to happen because this happened at Upward. You guys still had the same thing at Upward. Oh yeah, that's right. They shut the lights off.
The element of surprise.
Block the windows so the light won't come in, and then there goes the intros.
I remember that though.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, the younger Jake played there this year too. So and you guys went to overtime, right?
You played
Upwards?
No.
You're still at Upwards?
Wow. He wore the red wristband this time, and he got the white star.
You got most Christ-like?
That's the gold star, right?
Yeah, so back to that real quick before we, Jake, but at the Upwards, they do this thing where they get stars for each team member of, like, you get a different star for, like, most aggressive, like, offensive, defensive, Christ-like. I never got a Christ-like. I have never got a Christ-like one. I don't know why.
That's awesome.
I mean, I help kids back up when they fall, man.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to get back to that, but that just reminded me. I remember you always got mad at me because I kept helping up the other players in football. In a tackle, I picked him back up and leave him down.
Come on, that's part of burning energy. You gotta let him get up.
Well, I mean, those
with all that equipment and stuff.
Man, those are the glory days.
Yeah.
So, when we're wearing shoulder pads way too big for us. And helmets that, and and Will had to go in for a weight test after every football game because he was almost too heavy to run the ball.
So, and those things when it was happening, I didn't think it was that weird, but when I look back on it now, man, like I'd go in a room and I'd have to take off all my like pads, everything. I'm in my like tights, and that was it. And they're like checking me out. Like, it kind of looks a little fat, and I was like,
it's before you stretched him more.
Like weigh him once. okay, weigh him again. Like, let's make sure. And so,
they wouldn't show you the weight though.
No,
they never showed anybody the weight. Just the one
Judge.
sportsmanship, and he just go, all right, we're good, like that, and just send him on. So honestly, you know,
shit. There was one game where we knew it was gonna happen. Dad was like, maybe you should go to
the bathroom.
Go take a shit.
So like halftime, he's like,
Before that cart picks you up,
Yeah.
I think you need to go. And that was Avante was on that team. Avante was on the other team.
South.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they were the ones. So you got to pay $50, and then if you're right, you get the $50 back. If not, it just goes to like the charity of the league or whatever. You know,
interesting.
And so they it's like people would always say, you got a challenge, $50. You know, you've got the 50. Then we'll.
Dude, those were the glory days. So,
dude,
Heritage Park.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, you know, you got like tough love stories about your dad.
Oh my.
Dude, I remember that. I'm pretty sure it was laid this out, and it might have even been Vontae that tackled. I think it was Vontae. Yeah.
I know what you're
No, I got tackled, but I got like wrapped around, and my ass hit his helmet, and I swore I broke my tailbone. And I'm like laying there, like, oh, and like I don't get hurt very often. Yeah. Dad like slowly walks all the way across the field, and he finally gets there. He's like,
okay, get up.
He's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, my ass hurts, Dad. And he's like, you're gonna be fine, and smacks me on the ass. I'm like, oh! And he's like, you're fine. Just get over there. And I think Anthony Sanchez probably had to finish out that drive.
Yeah.
Spencer was the backup too. But I usually went to
That's
Anthony.
because you know why? You know why? Because me and Will broke the other backup.
Yes.
So I don't know if you remember him, Kemper.
Yeah, do you remember him?
He played basketball with us. He played basketball one season too.
Do you guys remember that? He was coming in. He was gonna help up. He was gonna be a quarterback.
I don't remember.
His name was Kemper. You're
Kemper.
right.
I don't remember his last name.
It would have been like
7th grade.
Yeah.
Oh,
And there was one where me and Will.
We always have one new kid every year.
Me and Will broke his leg.
Yeah.
Yes, now I remember. Yeah,
like,
because I was getting ready to say I had no idea, but now did you guys?
Like we
I remember
that.
You're right.
He did.
He looked like a solid kid. I mean, he looked like an athlete.
Well, I played baseball with his dad. He went to St. James. He ended up going to St. James.
Oh, that's right.
John, I think it was Muehlberger. Was it?
Yeah,
that sounds something right.
I think it was Muehlberger. Right. Yeah, so I played with his brother or his dad. I'm sorry, and then his dad's best friend lives across the street, or his parents live across the street from us now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I tackled him, and then Will tackled me from behind on the same tackle, and we broke his leg.
That was the only injury that has ever bothered me was when Josh Lopez broke his.
Oh, that was such a loss, man.
That's another
He was like
kid
one of my favorite kids to coach, and we didn't even coach him. I always said, "Don't coach him, just let Josh play." And he came to our team, and his dad and I played football together. Joe was our center at Shawnee Mission North because they wanted to play against East. They didn't want to play for.
Right.
They wanted to play against East, and that was the whole thing, the whole reason. And of course,
and that was such a big loss.
Yeah, and
he was so good.
And he I guess he was. I mean, he was better at baseball. Like he was really good at baseball.
But he was just so physical. I mean, at that age, you can play whatever just because you're so physical.
He had the same kind of timing as Jake did. It's impact. You know, he brought it, and then that was just one injury that's a hard one to live with because it just. We didn't think much of it. It's like, hey, just drag him off the side. We'll keep playing.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh man.
And he couldn't continue, and we just knew. Yeah.
Several surgeries just to get it, and then I think he even had trouble when he got to Rockhurst.
Yeah.
You know, it was just hard to overcome it.
Yeah. You want to talk about injuries, man? You remember Jack? Our albino, like he was just said he had blonde hair. Yes, he said our first game. First game, he freaking sent that kid to the hospital.
I remember we would watch video, and I have the coaches over to my house on Monday night, and we had so much fun just watching Jack.
Jack.
My God. Just watching go down. And we just loved it. You know,
that sucked because we saw him like our senior year. He came to one of our games, and we were just talking like, dude, because he went to Northwest. He's like, I regret it. I wish I'd come to North.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he tried me age. He tried me age for a second, and then I think his younger brother was at St. James. Because I went to an Aquinas football game and ran into his parents when I went and watched Tate play against me age and those guys. And I ran into his parents, and they sent the younger ones to St. James.
I'll tell you what, that was one of the hardest parts is keeping everybody together because everybody started going different places.
Had such a good group. I
mean, but we were able to recruit David Curtis.
Well, you know, I mean, just his dad, such a great guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, wouldn't trade him he's a friend. Like he's in our industry. I run into him sometimes at work. Yeah, so we'll run. He does a lot of different water treatment plants and stuff. But just a great guy, and would do anything for us. You know, if you want to have fish fry, I'm there. You know, you want whatever you need. You want to, you know,
and that was the coolest thing because, like I said, we went to school, we graduated, and then I didn't see him for the longest time. And then boom, he popped right back in our lives. And
I went to his when he got put in the Hall of Fame.
there at Harmon.
Yeah,
wrestling.
Because he was a freaking great wrestler.
And then his mom
kicked shit out of everybody.
His mom and dad, or just his mom? I think just his mom, maybe. So another one of his family members also got put in.
Yeah, I think it
kind of like Margie's parents. Margie's parents got put in.
Because I know his brother was also a wrestler.
I think it was his mom. If she was like the big influence in the school.
I think, you're right. Yeah.
So she got put in the Hall of Fame too. So
yeah, I wonder when I'm gonna get my name called for that.
For what?
I think Will's got an opportunity
At Harmon.
Yeah, Harmon. Yeah.
I drove by it.
He was ball boy. He used to do ball boy.
Yeah,
in Harmon.
definitely. Yeah,
So-
definitely used to do that.
You know, see, that's a cool thing. You're saying like Will has a chance to probably be some kind of legacy like down the road, like to be. Although that sucks, man. I know how much you hated that you broke the Sunflower League, and then it gets broken the next year for passing yards.
Oh, that was And then this year the other two got broke. We didn't know he had other records. He had most attempts and most completions in a career.
Yeah.
And we didn't even know they got
Like
broke.
most three-point
do you want
attempts?
that? Do you want that
Well,
though?
that's what
Most
he said.
attempts.
He's like-
attempts. No, I mean,
He's like,
I mean, I could shoot the ball 50 times or whatever.
yeah, exactly. I could just keep throwing.
That's
But
what-
it was because we had Pummel. Pummel's the coach for the quarterback that broke the records. So,
Yeah,
Oh,
he
right.
got
Oh,
north, yeah.
so he had two. Look
Yeah.
at him.
That's cool.
so it makes
Henry-
Pummel looks really good. Yeah.
Yeah, Henry had trained with Will, so I talked to Henry's dad. Then he's the one that called and said, "Yeah,
He's Jake, the kid that broke
Yeah.
it's Jake and Chris's age.
yeah."
Oh, is he?
And he's been a stud growing up.
Yeah.
Just the whole time, like
Henry
he was,
Martin,
he was always really good at like the kid camps. Like he'd always probably like once he got to the age, he started coming with the older kids a lot sooner than all the other kids.
No, but what's dope is luckily both me and Will are technically well, we have records at North. We're both state champions, which is awesome. Which is
and then in the
pictures
same
and
year,
banners,
which is the most hilarious story because the reason we're state champions is Danny.
Yeah.
Danny is a good luck charm
Yeah, we do
because
some
Danny was
band.
managing with Will when they went to state in 2016.
Yeah.
And because it was my first year in 2016 doing throwing, I told at the time Coach Ross, like, hey, I was like, bring Danny. I need some emotional support here. So he got to come along with
to
us
Emporia?
to Wichita,
Wichita.
like to be part of the team just for my support because it was my first year. And we went up state again. So Danny is our good luck charm for going to state.
He was our pack mule for basketball. He was carrying all the bags, and then he was the guy. He'd get everybody cheer for him when he like mopped the floor at halftime.
Yeah.
He'd be like pulling I don't even know what it's like, just a board with towels
Yeah, it's
on
on
it.
it, exactly.
And he'd be pulling everybody. Yeah, Danny.
Well, how'd he get added in? Because we started playing football with him in
So
sixth grade.
yes, so we
Oh,
came
this is
over. So
hilarious.
fifth grade, we came over in.
We scrimmaged him at Hawker.
Yes, we did, and then
Yeah.
we came over that sixth grade season to play in the Heritage League.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling us the stories. You said at the time, like people in turn, like, "Oh, you guys can get destroyed out there."
Yeah.
And then they were almost right. We destroyed out there. Is what we did.
We brought a whole different level. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And
so-
we just matched up really well. Like we combined the teams, and then like we added Danny, who was a big help. Zach Pittman was always a great player for us. Trying to think, obviously Tamoris.
we meshed super well. Like they just had some strong size and dedicated players. Like these kids had grown up together themselves.
Obviously Spencer. Sorry,
Spencer's been there for
does
years.
everything right.
Uh-huh. And then we brought a little bit more talent to the team.
Yeah, we brought
we
the
had-
touchdowns.
We had some really good. Our coaches, our assistant coaches, I thought was huge because I just remember sitting at that first meeting and I think I could only have 6 coaches.
You mean Gowa?
Yeah,
We're talking about Gowa
with the water.
with the water.
But we were sitting there. He was the head coach. if
Yeah,
I'm
he
right.
was. He was at
And
the
we were
time.
sitting at
Super
that
nice.
first meeting, and then all the other coaches were like, "Well, you can only have 6. Do you know who they're going to be?" And I was like, "Absolutely, I do know exactly who they're going to be." So and that's how we. And I was like,
So who made that? That was technically me, Will, Anthony. Oh, you talking about the 6 coaches?
The coaches,
oh,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
it was my dad,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
at the time, Angel,
Anthony.
So
Sanchez.
but Angel came in a little later.
Right.
Yeah.
So
We had Gower.
Okay, let me ask you this because I've never
think Aaron-
asked you this.
Remember the guy from Turner?
Caleb's dad.
Caleb's dad.
Oh,
Kevin.
that's right.
Kevin was our other coach. He kept track of plays.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
made sure everybody got playing time, right?
Yeah, he made sure.
Yeah.
And so he's the one that's like, that's the one coach no one can bother because
yeah.
like, I'm not even going to make a change. If he sends somebody out there, we have to play.
Dude, we were the only team that did that. We were the only team that let other kids play. Like we played our mains, but then we threw in. We had black and red squads.
Yeah.
And we switched out. Man,
I had to do
The A1, the B1.
Well, I was going to do black 1 and black 2 because that's how we did it growing up. And it was like, No, I can't do that because black 2 just doesn't
Listen.
sound. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Because they were just as good. We'd send red team offensive line out there, and you didn't see the offense change.
Oh yeah,
You know, Other than the Mark James snap was a little bit slower, you'd say.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And other than that,
you still had Donnie, you still had
Donnie Calkins, those guys. And we played kids where they are going to play in high school. Like I wasn't going to put Tanner Kephart at nose guard just to get him plays. That's not fair to Tanner. I didn't know he was going to grow up, but he needed to be a safety or a corner. So that was something I thought we would coach that way, is like give them a chance, to actually learn their position. And so we had good coaches. But we had Emilio was out there with it. Emilio, David Curtis,
Anthony.
Alex, Anthony. Those were. I remember they would always ask me in the league, "Hey, we need some of your Catholic kids. We need to move." And I was like, "No, you can talk to their parents, but Anthony's not going anywhere. Emilio's not going anywhere, but you can call and ask." But.
So how did you choose your coaching staff? What was it about?
I always try to look for those different personalities. You got to have the one that like in your face, like we got to kill, which we all know who that was. Angel was just that personality. God. Like the fear. You got to kind of fear, and then like you were a calming influence because I turned, hey, what's wrong with the defense? And he's like, hold on a second,
right?
And then you just kind of walk away. And
I'll be like, Marty, I got this.
I know, and that's what you do. And because I'll be like, I'm over here with the offense. Why aren't you guys?
Well, because I can remember a lot of times you yell at me.
I know.
You get on to me like, Mario, why is he doing? Why are you doing? Yeah. I got this, Marty.
Right.
I said, just chill.
Yeah. And then I'd walk
away. And then I turn, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? Why did he do that? I don't know why he just blitzed. I didn't call the blitz. I don't know why he blitzed. And Marty's yelling at me, why did he blitz? And,
12-year-olds.
We just gave up a touchdown, a long run or something. And I was like, okay, well, we'll figure it out. I got this, Marty.
Yeah,
I didn't have it, Marty. I just said
Coach Mob was a player's coach, though. It's like how, like growing up now, I know that. Like you were one that like a player could come to and talk to, and you weren't scared.
Because your level didn't change. Wherever we were at in the game, whatever the score, you stayed here.
Yeah.
Which that's what I needed. And then I always had the coach like Aaron Dubois.
Yeah.
And then like Kevin, where because you had to play at least 6 plays of half. I think it was 6 plays a half. And so I needed that coach that was just honest. Like he wasn't looking at the scoreboard. He wasn't looking at the clock. I just need to get that kid in. I need to get the kid. And so that was kind of how I built my staff. And then the Gower was the former head coach. And so I felt like I had to keep him aboard. Because I did lose some parents. I had some parents. I got Jordan Williams' mom.
We just saw him last night playing sand volleyball.
Yeah, we did. We saw him last night. But I didn't know that.
That's why he didn't play that first year. Yeah. She told me I was blowing smoke up everybody's ass. And
I was getting ready to bring that up because you had a long talk with her, and then I remember us other coaches were just standing, and Marty just comes white to us. I'm like, what'd she say? Apparently, I'm blowing smoke up her ass. I'm like, okay,
like she didn't believe like you'd come in here to make change.
Right. The way we were going to do this, and it was going to be. I didn't look at who was there, who played for where you were from. And of course they got mad. Why is your son the quarterback and the middle linebacker? I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, exactly. You tell me why.
You beat him out. Like I remember Scott Wilkie when they signed up in 7th grade. I said, "What position does your son play, Mitchell?" And he said, "He's quarterback." Okay. Bring him out.
Yeah.
We'll see. Because if you can beat him.
Hey, that's one of the most dedicated kids, though. Mitchell Wilkie.
Yeah. I see him at Quick Trip all the time. Have you seen it? Do you guys see him?
Yeah.
He's like a traveling manager. He travels around. So like when the managers come into the store to like maybe make changes or whatever, Mitchell takes over as the manager while the guy's talking to the other manager.
Yeah.
So he'll never give me a deal though. I'm like, can I get the Shiny Mission Door discount? And he's like, no. But
he talks more now. He says,
but if you run into
because he said you didn't let me quarterback, Marty.
No, you wouldn't throw me the ball.
We even said that because senior year when I was out a couple games for like my hamstring and they did captains, like who would be the next person? Because it was Spencer, Will, and Danny. I said, it's Mitchell Wilkie. He's the most dedicated person on this team. Like he's there at everything. He
made some of the biggest plays in the playoffs.
He did.
I think he had a pick in almost every playoff game.
Every time he needed him. Yeah. But it was good. It was a good core group.
It was
that we sent up there.
It was really tough losing. Like some of our better characters to some bigger. And that's a huge problem in high school now is because the unfortunate that everybody wants to go to the better school so they get better looks. But the harsh reality is the majority of you are not going to get looks. Yeah. The kids who are already there, like there's a difference between going to another school because you think you're going to get a better chance and then like actually that school coming up to you saying, hey, we will give you that chance.
Yeah.
And
because honestly, after Will's freshman year, I received 4 phone calls.
Yeah. After Coach Simmons left.
When
and
Coach Simmons left.
I mean, he left at the worst time, remember?
Oh, my God.
Right before team camp. And I got 4 phone calls. I got one, Gardner Edgerton. And you remember Coach Bass.
Yeah.
So he calls. I get a parent from Shawnee Mission Northwest. And I think coach's name was Lowe or something that was at and they said, well, I understand you got cousins over here at Northwest. Do you think Will would want to come to school with his cousins? And then then a gentleman from he's a lawyer. I'm trying to think of his last name. Who was the kid? But he called from Miege, and then the other was Shawnee Mission East, and they wanted to know if he would be interested in going to another school. Shawnee Mission West was also there with Coach Callahan. And
you
liked Coach Callahan.
So we had to sit down, but our thing was, if we move Will to another school, we're moving Jake, we're moving Emma. We're not just sending, Emma here and Jake there and Will there. And Will just sat at the dinner table and said, all my friends are at North, Dad. Right?
Yep.
That's basically all he said.
I remember
and
that.
that's all, at that point, it's like, oh.
It was like one of those moments when we sat there, the whole nation sat there and watched, where's LeBron James going to play, and he says, I'm going to South Beach. We thought Will was, I'm going to Northwest, had your hat ready. And
it just worked out. We didn't know who the coach was. I know Coach Bartlett called after he got the job. Coach Long really wanted the job. And I see Coach Long right now as a head coach and potential, don't you, Jake? Yeah, because Jake got to play for him this year. He's gonna end up going somewhere soon. But
because Coach Long left us, right?
He went to Shawnee Mission East.
Yeah, he went to East, left us. Probably your sophomore, junior year?
Yeah.
He left after junior year, because then senior year, senior year he was over there.
Yeah. I know it's a whole controversy with like Coach Bartlett being the coach and all, but that man has my respect for like sticking there with us.
Without a doubt. I think at first he felt like he was in over his head. Like you had a chance to go to the KU team camp or Pittsburgh State. Well, that's where all the big coaches are. That's where the Callahans and the Severinos are. And I don't think he had that until he got Coach Pummel.
To help him out,
could kind of communicate and that was the other thing. I think in the recruiting process, I don't think you see those coaches nowadays. They can speak, like Coach Walters can speak to a player and what his strengths are and what the college coach wants to hear. And I don't think that was something Coach Bartlett really could speak to. His was more like, here, Will, here's the coach. You want to go watch some film with him?
Well, yeah, that's the thing is like our senior year, I felt like was the first year we ever had college coaches coming in the building.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they remember the Central Missouri coach.
He did, yeah.
Came to see how tall Will was. He actually walked. I told Will in the month of February he had to wear. He couldn't wear any slippers. He had to wear like cowboy boots and stuff because I wanted to make sure he was tall.
Me to be like
Put some
6'5".
Some slip-ins in your shoes. Give yourself a couple
extra. The
extra.
one coach just walked beside you, right? And you looked and you said, "You just want to know how tall I am, coach?" And he's like, "Yep."
Trying to size you up.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't think Coach Bartlett could communicate at that level with him.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think Will missed out. But getting to play for Coach Brown in college is.
It ended up working out great for
and he won a state championship in basketball, which set records with. And Coach Pummel taught him more about football than probably any.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Like Coach Bartlett, just like surrounded us with good people.
Yeah,
I tell you, one of the best times, or one of the cool things that I remember watching you guys practice, and Pummel was working with you, is teaching you to slide.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, Will's having trouble trying to slide, and Pummel's actually like. Going out there and trying to slide a little bit. And
Pummel was a big baseball guy. His team played in the College World Series.
Yeah.
They made it one year. I can't remember where.
Missouri State.
Yeah,
he played at Missouri State. Or Southwest Missouri State at the time. But
yeah. And he was big on. He was like, in high school, obviously you're fine. Like you're huge or whatever.
Yeah.
And like you'll be able to take the hits. But in college, you are going to have to slide. You are going to get hit a lot. Okay. I was like, all right.
And did you get hit a lot in college?
Oh yeah, I got hit a lot in college. It's ridiculous.
There's games.
My best O-line was 8th grade. I love
that 8th grade line was solid.
Had a lot of time back there, man. Didn't realize how lucky I was. And then got to high school.
We just didn't throw the ball. We should have.
Remember how hard it was to keep Jameer on the line?
Oh, yeah.
Because he wanted to be
he wanted to be a running back, or he wanted to be a linebacker.
I need my touches.
To be a linebacker.
I said, man, but you're solid on the line, man. That's where we need you.
He would have played in college at that.
Yeah.
If he stayed at a guard, if he would have stayed at a guard or a center, he would have definitely played in college.
So out of the two teams that you coach, Will's team and Jake's team, which one was the easiest team to coach?
Wow.
I know I made it harder for you when I kind of left there.
I know.
Left you hanging.
Will's team, because of the parents. I had a great Miranda running the parents and that side. And, of course, winning, makes it easy. Jake's team, I like the kids. They had so many.
You had less kids with them, right? Like it was a lot less. So you kind of got them a lot.
Yeah. And and then like the time that I helped you for a couple of years, they were good, good solid team. But I mean, just different, really different from our big boys.
They all
team.
had speech impediments.
That was the thing when I first started. I was like, why does every kid have a speech impediment? Like, what is going on?
Chris couldn't do S's and Jake couldn't do R's.
So, but
rights were really tough. You say Roy.
Yeah, but it was fun because just different personalities. I just didn't have the parental support, and the parents were like, we always made that rule. You had, you get him here, I will get him out at 6 o'clock. I promise you. You get him here at 4:30 or 5, whatever we were asking, and I couldn't get that, and I never got it, and I never really got a leader to step up on their level. There were several guys that should have, but they didn't. And then and you guys instantly, Angel and Will, like we can follow them. We'll follow them. They'll go in the right direction. And Jake's the guys that should have been leaders, and they should have followed Jake. I mean, he definitely would have led them in the right direction.
It's just they couldn't understand him.
Yeah.
Chris said, "All right, I'm going to snap the ball."
I go, what?
Ready? We say ready. What?
It was ready.
Ready.
Had to change that to down real quick. Down.
Yeah. Weddy, is that a new play?
Yeah. But the whole league kind of changed too. The numbers started changing, so you didn't have two teams. Like Cheyenne Mission North didn't have two teams anymore, and so we were combining. Seventh grade is when we combined with South. Yeah, in 7th grade.
Oh, that's right.
And that was okay, but I'm telling you, the coaching, it was just so hard. It was hard.
But we did it this way. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, but like you never cross your feet in football as a lineman. You never
shuffle.
That was the first thing they taught, and they would ride our guys. You're crossing your feet. And I'm like, it's like, so it's hard to tell a kid, don't listen to the coach, but listen to the coach. And but we're key players. Cotter, Jake, Logan,
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, you loved it, Chris.
Chris was.
He hated it.
Chris hated it. If Chris doesn't like it, the only way I can do this is I got to put him on the field. Like he wants to be beside me, but I want him out there. So I just throw him out there.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Chris.
Yeah,
it just wasn't for you.
It was just
fine.
Took some time.
I talked with.
I mean, it was fun though. It was fun while it lasted.
And Emma and I.
You left your buddy Jake out there by himself, so it's okay.
12 of them.
What were you saying, Marty?
Emma and I went to dinner last night, and when Emma was talking about her soccer, and I was like, it was just, she wasn't excited to be out there. Like she didn't have a competitive bone. She didn't want to be like her brothers, running around pushing people. She just was. I want to go home and read or do, play dolls or whatever. Yeah. And with the boys, both of the boys, we had ball. Like when Will grew up, there was always a ball next to him. Always, we were always catching. I was throwing it out.
I like how you changed your wording for a second. You said, with the boys, we had balls. Or then you changed it for a second. Well, yeah, exactly.
That's what she said. But like I always kept balls and stuff around him. And then Emma was just like into dolls and stuff. And she just wasn't, the sports were not what she, like I'll go sit and watch.
Yeah, Emma wanted to make friends and just hang out on the sideline.
Yeah, that was hard to watch.
Yeah, she looked at every sport as like a social thing.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, there's always, every parent is going to, they have to force their kids to try something because you never know. Because I remember I don't remember when we started. It was like either 3rd grade or 4th grade. Or maybe 6th grade. I don't remember when. When we went and started doing golf lessons. Oh, yeah. Dude, my mom made me and my brother do it. It's like, I don't want to do this. I do not want to do this. I fucking love golf now. Yeah, I love playing golf.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, dude. Gosh. Like, sometimes you do have to force your kids into some stuff because they'll be hating it one moment and loving it the next.
Yeah.
Or they'll be hating it the rest of their life.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, we tried. Yeah, we did. You did tennis lessons. Will was really good at tennis.
Yeah, my grandma made sure I got tennis lessons.
He did tennis lessons growing up, and she took him. And then
which side? Wait, which side?
I would swing right-handed.
No. I mean, your mom, your mom's mom, or
my mom.
That's the East in them.
Yeah,
they wanted you.
It was just a natural thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna play tennis and golf.
Yeah, you're gonna get swim lessons at the country club.
Yeah, and Will here, you got to put this shirt on. It was like a light blue shirt.
Yeah,
got to wear those East colors. Yeah,
put a sweater over it.
But he did good, and they were moving him up really fast. And so he was like,
"You're actually gonna,
yeah, I'll tell the story." And so he comes in, and he's like playing like you're in first grade, second grade.
Yeah, it's probably in first grade.
With like 7th and 8th graders, and he's just hitting the ball just as hard and doing the same things as them. And then he asked one about Buzz Lightyear, like, "Hey, I got a new Buzz Lightyear," and the kid's like, "Buzz Lightyear?
Buzz Lightyear's
That's
for
a kiddie
babies."
toy."
At what age was it?
You just saw his face.
I was like 5 or 6 or something like that.
Yeah, because we're up above watching the practice, and then you just saw his face just go flush, and he was like, "Yeah,
I don't think I went back."
And that was it. That's all it took was one guy, because he was
just one kid didn't like Buzz Lightyear.
Did not like Buzz
Don't
Lightyear.
talk about my Buzz Lightyear.
Is that how it still works today? You go to a business meeting.
Exactly.
First question: what do you think about Buzz Lightyear?
Exactly.
He's all right.
Have you guys seen the
Get
new
out.
movie?
Get
that's
the
out?
fuck out right now.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I'm more of a Woody guy. Get out. We're done.
You said Woody.
Shut up.
Yeah, the time that we so then you started helping me with basketball, which to this day I still appreciate that. That was those are some good times, with the but of course that one memory that I have about basketball is our Spencer Dubois moment when he played some defense. I think we put him out there.
Foul.
I think I said, man, we're behind or something. I said, we need a foul. Spencer, let's Spencer go out there and foul. Spencer goes out there and tackles the kid. You don't remember this?
I don't remember.
Going up for a layup.
Yeah,
was going
the
really
kid
for a
went
layup.
up for a layup, and Spencer that's when we knew he was a
I think
football
you got
player.
mad. Did you?
No, the
Someone
other
had to
coach,
yell at him.
which I did. The other coach right away just yelled, "What?" Looks at me. Are you sir? Do you teach your kids that? I'm like, and I just looked at that coach. I was like, Spencer. I said, what are you doing?
Right.
I said, we don't teach that. I never taught you that.
Right.
Well, that's not true because in football you definitely taught.
Right,
Like, he finished the tackle. It was like
No, I think
to the
and
side,
then-
he didn't spear.
and he came up to-
Yeah, you seriously don't remember that?
I do not.
Because and then I looked at you and I was like, Marty, what the hell just happened? What's going on?
Because we didn't lose. You're saying we were losing. I don't.
We needed a foul.
Okay.
We needed to do something. So I knew we had to put him in, and everybody was already in foul trouble. And
I think Spencer came up to him and he's like, "Hey, coach, did I get a flag on that?"
yeah. And then yeah. I remember
hilarious.
Aaron was like going, "Wow, I don't know
Maybe
what
this
to
isn't our
and
sport.
then Aaron apologized to me.
Okay.
Hey, coach, I'm sorry. I don't know. I'll work with him. I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. I mean, it just happened. It just happened. And Spencer, we needed it. I don't think that other kid ever played basketball again after that.
Took him out.
Yeah, you were limited on practice time. We only had like.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, it was hard to any practice to be.
It
as
was
good
hard
as
to
we
practice and hard to
Find
teach
places because
and
we had to go to different
get
middle
things-
Yeah, we would
schools.
drive all over just to find a practice place. So.
Yeah.
Basketball changed a lot when we were doing it. I mean, like I was always comfortable when we were growing up when we were playing as kids. Like it was our friends, and then all of a sudden, like I guess AAU probably was always a thing.
How did you feel about that? Because I remember that. Because that same game where I tore my meniscus and then you like recruited by the Keys. That was.
That's right.
Yeah, basically that's when the team ended,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Well,
you got
I got hurt. And
you got hurt, and it was like Coach
Mike.
Mike didn't really want to do it anymore because it just wasn't like we were having that much success, and then we were also just like it was more fun at practice than it was in the games, and it just became this thing. It was like
I think it's more fun watching Esai hit the ceiling with that shot.
Get such a high rainbow.
At the Guadalupe Center, yeah, at the
He's like,
Guadalupe
"Don't shoot,
Center,
don't
yeah.
shoot,
Esai had to change his whole shot for one gym.
I mean, as we got older, we started just kind of playing for playing's sake. But I mean, hey, we still did. We remember that tournament we
I was
won.
gonna say the best memory I have is the
Argosy down
one.
by
Yeah,
Argosy.
the one by
Argosy,
the
yeah.
casino. Yeah, that's
beat
like
Missouri All Stars or something.
Yeah.
State All Stars.
And then they came up like, yeah, now you guys can play in Florida for $500 a kid. I don't know about that.
We only got 6 kids,
Right?
and one of them's Danny.
And the other one, and Jameer was playing too on that. I'm pretty sure Jameer was there on that team as well.
Esai played.
You say it was Esai,
Dawson,
Anthony.
and this is with Coach Mike.
Yeah, this would have
Yeah,
been
'cause
with Coach
I remember-
Mike and Coach J, Alex played.
Yeah,
Alex, yeah.
Because I remember when I took you guys to the gym, or because I had talked to Mike and I said, I think I got some players for you. And then Coach Mike just looked at you guys like, because even Angel had come in.
That's true.
He was like, and he just looked at these big kids and kind of like smiled and was like, okay,
He said,
I got something to work with here.
because he could coach. I mean,
Yeah.
he could coach.
Yeah.
And he's still coaching. He's
Yeah,
coaching
he's still
girls.
think so.
coaching.
He's
He
got
said
girls.
no Hispanic player comes out of Kansas City without him like putting a stamp on him. And
you know, and Ileana's starting to play basketball again.
So she's gonna have to go back. She's gonna have to go back to him.
So you know, my heart started pumping,
that's
again, and so it was. Yeah, they did the summer league, and it was fun watching her play. Yeah, she's still a little rusty, but you know, I think she's going to be a more distributor. You know, she can see she can see the field, she can see the court. You know, and I'm like, you know, you don't have to score, just make it happen.
Right.
Drive and dish.
The other
and,
girls will. Yeah.
You know, you'll figure it out. You know, that's going to be your game.
Yeah. Have you got to meet the coaches, the new coaches?
Yeah, I did, and cool. They're really cool, and they're like, thank you.
The brothers.
Thank you. I'm like, you know
Aren't
what?
they brothers?
Is it coach? Are they brothers? Oh, the Jacobsons.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, three brothers. I mean, they had like 8 coaches on their bench. Yeah. Some of the girls had to stand up.
Hey,
come on, man, let the girls sit down.
Hey, we got to be careful with coaching with brother coaches that come to North. We know what happened to the last set.
Fear the beard.
Oh, yeah, right.
They're trying to recruit Will.
Fear the beard.
To what?
Staley. They're at Staley now with their dad. Their dad that was at Pitt State when we were playing.
Steve.
Steve Rampy is at Staley now, and then both the younger Rampies are over.
He wanted you to come coach?
Yeah, they asked me if I'd come.
Dude, that's
coach
not a bad idea.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
That's money.
It wouldn't be bad. It would be easy money, just because I'd be coaching. I think they were talking about obviously coaching quarterbacks and then coaching receivers. And Staley's a super nice school. Like when we were seniors, that's who won the what's it called? The
Samoan.
Yeah.
Simone.
Yeah.
Julian Ross.
Julian Ross. He was from
I
Staley.
just said Samoan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
Close enough.
I was like,
I don't know what I was gonna say the Heisman, but that's not what it is. It's a Simonian. I mean, that was like a super cool thing I got to do, senior year of high school. But yeah, out at Staley, I mean, they run a good program.
It's not a bad idea, man.
Yeah.
Hit them up one time.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they're doing a bunch of making sure they have like enough freshman class where if they actually needed coaches, they can like give me a contract, and so I'm not just like showing up and maybe not getting paid, maybe getting paid.
Right.
Yeah.
Which honestly, it'd probably, if I wasn't gonna get paid, I'd just go to North and
Go help Coach Walter.
That'd be cool.
You just want to get back to where
I've thought of I was like, you know, I kind of want to go back and teach. I want to go coach track. I don't know. I was like, I kind of want to go coach track.
Oh, really? Coach the throwing?
Yeah, coach the throwers.
They're always looking for coaches.
You could do that.
I've thought of like, man, some days I just want to go up there and just see how they're doing and just throw some of my input. Like, I know they could probably use.
Well, you got good so fast at throwing.
I know, I did.
Was the crazy thing is like you went from like all right, and then all of a sudden you're at State. It's like, damn, Mark's at State.
Dude, you know what sucks is I got really good at the hammer throw in college. Like I was getting so much better, but that was at the same time where I was like at such a high level of anxiety, depression that I just didn't want to be there.
Yeah,
like it was just like the worst timing. Like I was like, I know I could have done really well in the hammer events at college, but I just don't want to be there.
Yeah,
that's
so tough.
Yeah, it is crazy though, dude, because you got so good at that, and everybody would look at you and be like, "It doesn't make any sense." Like
I know, yeah,
his upper body really isn't. Like that. Everybody else is built the exact opposite.
Everybody else was like 6'3", like 300 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Mark was built like an ostrich.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good comparison.
He had a big ass, big legs,
big calf. Like his calves were bigger than everybody else's.
That was a funny thing because that led from like middle school to high school because like I'd get a pile on me while I'm running the football because I'm running back and just
driving. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, dude, you had to have been one of the hardest guys to tackle our senior year. Because even Isaiah Simmons, our junior year, like you guys had collisions, like loud, like paint chips off helmets, and I just was watching. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Some of the face masks coming loose.
But sometimes it was fun when they were younger. We didn't know who had the ball. You know,
little read option stuff.
You'd be looking around which one.
Oh yeah.
At a certain point though, we both wanted it because there's one play where neither of us let go.
Dude, that playoff game, I know what you're talking about. I wasn't gonna fumble it, and you weren't gonna fumble it.
So both of you just held on and just
we just kind of like
run with it.
And somehow it worked. Like we got yards. We like ran like 6 yards like this. Yeah,
ain't nobody gonna punch that ball out.
Exactly. Like, we got this because we just needed to get close enough to where Oscar could hit a field goal. That was that was definitely a good memory. I do remember that though. Dude.
Two best games. It was the Shawnee Mission Northwest game our senior year, and then the Lawrence game.
Yeah,
Shawnee
Mission Northwest because before the game I was like, we're gonna go score 60 on them. We're gonna score 60.
And it was funny.
60, I was like, yeah, we're gonna score 60.
Because we heard the story where they did this tactic in their locker room where they put a bunch of pictures of Will up in their locker room saying something.
Yeah. Do you know this story?
So something about our senior year, like when we were playing Northwest, since it's always our rivalry game, Jake, they did something where they put a bunch of pictures of Will, like saying some kind of caption or something like get this fucker, take him out, or just something, just so some inspiration hype. I don't know.
I remember that. Yeah.
I mean, it gets scary for a second when you went down.
Yeah, I've been.
And then I had to run like
Dude,
3 90-yarders.
You had to go off because, like, obviously they put
Billy. They put
Billy
Uh-huh.
in. And I remember being on sideline. I was like, damn, my foot hurts. And all I see is this ball go like 50 yards in the air. And I was like, who just threw that? Like, what is going on? I was like, did we punt? And it was like first down. I was like, what just happened? And it was Billy. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, maybe we should have called a run. Like,
And then we did, and we switched the handoffs.
yeah, and then Mark, you went like 60 yards. That kid kept trying to catch you.
By
every
like the
time.
5th time I did it, he called me because I was gassed. I was like, oh, I'm fucking tired. Stop
He was
here.
like a track star, too. I remember
Yeah.
that. He was so good.
Because that same kid was supposed to go to North, but he ended up going to Northwest.
Yeah, dude had wheels, but yeah, that kid was trying to hawk down Mark every time, and no, I definitely remember that, and I just remember thinking like the whole time I was on the sideline, I was like, damn, like this can't be how it ends, and I was like,
You know the funniest fucking thing? Will did this on the field because he went up to the other team's 24, and what'd you fucking do? You said, remember what you said?
wait, hang on.
The other kid's 24.
Mark, I remember some things. What did I say?
I've
done some dumb shit in football that like I almost because like we scored against Olathe,
and you did the Manziel.
Yeah, and I'm running down their sideline throwing a money Manziel.
And your dad was pissed that you did
that.
I
pissed off coaches. I did it. I guess in college we were playing. We had the
Missouri
spring.
S&T?
Yeah, Missouri S&T is where he wanted to go to school, where Jake wanted to go to school, and. I think we went up. I think we went
28-7.
Yeah, we went 28-7, and it was like a ball. I threw it like a 50-yarder, caught it, touchdown, and I'm running down the sideline, and I swear I went like this, but
You probably said,
yeah, they said I did this all the way down the sideline, and I was flipping them off. And honestly, all their players say the same shit to me. Like I saw them the next time.
Because you were like this. You're like, I don't know, man.
I was like,
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, I've done some dumb shit in football. I probably said R24 is better.
That's
than
what it was. That's what it was.
That's
You went
R24.
Yeah, you did.
I was like, you
fucking
ain't got
dumb.
shit on R24, man. Because I remember scoring the first touchdown and going, "We're gonna score 60 on you," and we scored like 61 or something. Vontae caught a screen and took it for 60. And I told you. And Pummel was like running it up, basically.
Yeah.
That was a fun ass game. And then obviously Lawrence. I mean,
That was such an intense game.
that was one of the coolest things. I mean,
You also had plays you were waiting. Like, we know this play's going to work.
Yeah.
We just got to know when to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And
We were so good at our draws because they didn't know whether I was going to have it or was going to throw it.
Exactly. Yeah, and that read out. Yeah, and we had really good RPOs. That was what I loved about high school football, and I wish I would have got to do more in college football. It's just
I ain't going to lie.
the way you can isolate one guy on the field, and like you can, I mean, especially in high school, you can pick the one guy you want to pick on, and hey, we're gonna run this play because this guy has to be right or wrong, and we can make them.
You know what? It's funny you say that though, and I've thought about this because like we did not run a complicated offense.
No, it was like.
And the fact is, exactly.
I can't remember the call.
It was color. It was colors in a state.
Yeah,
That's all it was.
Yeah.
And here's my thing: is how did I get that? Either
we yelled it out.
Exactly.
We yelled it out.
And
it
it's
wasn't like on a wristband.
And you saw us like, and we changed. You said, "Oh, blue." Like we changed it to like red, and I switched to the other side. So kind of, it was a very obvious offensive style. Mm-hmm. Like kind of like you kind of as a defense. You should really know it's coming. And then you listen to like the QBs in the league, and you're like, and they're calling like Omaha, and they're calling out a whole bunch of different shit. Yeah, exactly. Like it's a lot to memorize. And I'm like, wow, was it that easy for teams to fucking pick up on what we were about to do?
Probably, but it worked.
I mean, your dad was sitting in the stands like Tony Romo calling the plays out. Tell me, hey, man, they're getting ready to run this. Watch, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah, no,
well,
yeah,
we ran
sure.
Jake. We ran that offense in 7th and 8th grade.
Yeah, you always did a good job. Like when we were growing up, Graylis was the head coach, and so we tried to run the double wing. We didn't run the double wing,
right? I remember that
because we hated running it, but we ran like a variation. So if we had to do it in high school, we knew.
Then I went to a conference in that Coach Lonergan.
We did a lot of sweeps.
Yeah, and you guys had to remember there was a running back at Shawnee Mission South you guys knew that was really good.
Gabe.
Gabe, exactly. And so he ran an offense called Cheetah for Gabe. And so that's why I brought Cheetah to us when we were in 7th and 8th grade. I was like, oh, okay.
Then we went to Shark in middle school. The sweep, man.
Yeah, that Cheetah was our icing.
Yeah, I mean, they could get them a little bit further away, get more speed built up.
Yeah.
In middle school, it was the sweep, man. Our sweeps were just killer, like a quick toss behind or underneath, and it would have gone on the sideline.
Yeah, and it was just simple. A lot of times, I just had to look at you, and he knew what I wanted him to call, and he could run. We didn't. And so then when we got to that All-Star game, and I had Zach from Shawnee Mission West, the golfer. Witter. Yeah, it's like in 2 hours, I taught our whole offense to the All-Star team. And they're like, that's it? And then the other coaches, like West, Northwest, and both West coaches were like Tynes. Yeah. They're like, that's your offense? And I was like, yeah, right or left. That's it. And so same way with Zach during the game.
That still upsets me. That whole thing upset me because we lost the first game in 7th grade and then we won the second. But the fact is that team we lost to barely by. Like it was just some bad calling or something.
Yeah.
And they went.
8th grade, you're talking about the St. Louis team that we like barely lost.
We barely, and then they went like literally all the way.
They went all the way to the finals.
Like we clearly should have beat them, and like we would have been.
Yeah, we rotated quarterbacks.
We let
they
Krause
played favorite. Yeah,
we let Krause run the offense for the first quarter, and then finally I got loud enough that they just let me call the offense.
You know what's upsetting? They didn't play me at fucking all because the year prior I made like 3 touchdowns in one game, and they didn't give me. I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like,
that was the way. That was just because it's such a new program. It was just all over the place.
Did you enjoy that though when you coached it?
I enjoyed coaching the first 2 years when we went down and did the younger kids, the ones that are all probably seniors now in college.
No, they're juniors. Mertz is a junior, right?
Okay, so I did enjoy that because that was a good group of parents, and they hadn't heard us, and so like they got excited because after that game we lost to I think a team from Colorado. And I said, hey, next year we're going to knock the Johnson County out of these players. And it's like all the dads were like, yeah, that's what we need to do. Knock the Johnson County out of them. Now we'll go compete. But we had, there were athletes.
They had ridiculous players.
So that's on the coaching. We should have won.
Dad had, what'd you have? They were in 8th grade, but what'd you have?
We had five D1 guys that went to play quarterback in the Big Ten off that team. Then you got the D linemen.
You had a class. You had a fucking class.
And then just like D2 receivers, honestly, and playmakers.
It was ridiculous what that team was built with.
That was a good Kansas squad. Like that year of Kansas football, like in high school was pretty cool to watch, honestly. Like all those teams were really good.
There were talent everywhere.
And it's funny you say that because I've been saying this for years. It's weird. It feels like the talent, or at least the physical size of Kansas, like the Sunflower League itself, has dwindled so much. We used to have monsters in this league, like Ohio State, Oregon, Arkansas recruits.
Guy that was at Lathan North that went to Mizzou. I think he got kicked out.
Big lineman.
Josh Moore.
Josh Moore.
That guy was scary. And then the guy from Lawrence, Amani
Bledsoe.
Yeah.
That dude, I swear.
And then he got in trouble too for something.
He was dope, man. He's in the league now, I think.
Yeah, he's Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, he's on the Bengals.
But just the fact is, like, we used to have monsters, and you just don't see that too much anymore in kids. I don't know if they're going to other, like, obviously you still get those in like Florida, California, anywhere on like the West Coast, but like, or Texas, but you just. Yeah. What happened to our monsters?
Yeah.
The
biggest person in our league is Jake.
They did look big. Jake did look big out there. That's true.
Just the numbers overall in youth football have dwindled.
Really?
And they've had to go to more like flag football and 7-on-7 just to get kids. And then saying, okay, instead of just Shawnee Mission North kids, well, if you guys play baseball together in the summer, we'll let you come play as a team. That way we can keep them all together.
Yeah.
Because it might be Spring Hill, Olathe, DeSoto put together, but at least we have a team. And that's it's just a business. They want numbers, they want money, and so it's disappointing. But with the concussion and COVID, it just hurt the league.
Oh, so I bet.
But it'll be interesting. Is it 24-25 where boundaries are gone?
Boundaries are no longer a thing anymore, so they don't do you have to go from Hawker to North. Like,
that's right.
Oh, that's going to fuck up everybody.
Is it next year?
It'll probably
2024.
Yeah, especially us. It's going to fuck up North like crazy.
Super frustrating.
2024. Yeah, that is pretty shitty.
So are the coaches going to have to recruit? Are you going to have to go recruit and stay on your players? Like the kids at Hawker, do I need to go stay on them? Some parents won't be able to do it.
But the nice thing is North's getting nice facilities. Like whatever.
I cannot wait for that weight room to be finished.
That's sick. I don't know how much people look at it as like, I'm going to school there because they have like nice facilities in high school. That might be what it comes down to. So
you know how close we were to getting our own like facility, like a brand new like a gym, probably like really indoor facility.
District, like everything has to be equal in the district, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, for years, because Kramer it was so close to getting his facility where the practice field on the top field is now a whole facility.
Which is insane.
Like an indoor. It was in the plans, and then they wouldn't do it. I know.
Oh man!
But I was like, oh man.
You got to add more practices. You got to add spring ball. You got to start adding more to it to make it. I mean, baseball they play 18 games. On the Missouri side, they play 35.
Jeez.
How can you have such a difference in the amount of games you play? Why can't we add more games? Why are we just playing Sunflower League teams? Why can't we go out west and play Hayes?
Go play some tournaments
and go play some real teams out there. And find those because Jake knows as a young age you play those small town schools. And
that's the competition.
They bring some players. You go down to Carthage and you go down to Pittsburgh.
You're playing the farm boys, man.
Yeah, and they're all a group. They play baseball.
They've been together
they play
since
basketball.
first grade.
They play football together. Yeah,
they will show up and spank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not you. Not you. Not Jake.
No, Jake was always way ahead of the ball.
He was bringing it.
Yeah. Jake, I watched you play out there, and you look like Vanderish from the Cowboys. That's who he would remind me of.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah.
I couldn't find
find the neck roll?
You wore the neck roll. You're like, man, that's just Vanderish out there.
I put enough gimmicks and stuff on him, but he would not wear that for me.
You want to talk about gimmicks? This dude in college sports over here with the mix matching opposite colors of sleeves.
Socks.
I got to do my own drip in college.
You said if I wasn't gonna be out there, I might as well look good.
Yeah.
drip or drown. Yeah.
I will commend you for that, Will, because I know you went through hell in college.
Yeah, just you're talking about the last year. Yeah, the last year was a lot. I mean, obviously my thumb having to go through
surgery
I ever had. So I was blessed. I mean, I played so many sports my whole life. Played football for
no knee injuries. No
12, 13 years.
One concussion.
One concussion from basketball.
That you had to play through.
Practice.
That I had to go to school through. That was BS.
Dad took him to school.
Yeah, Mom got me a C+ in geometry, sending me in there on test days. Just, I don't know. I can't even see what's on the paper. Suck at this already. Like, holy shit. Like, Jake got all the good. Jake's the one that got all of Dad's like math capabilities and like numbers and stuff like that. I didn't get any of that shit, but I got a lot more of like Dad's always been like super coordinated and stuff like that. And so like it's funny because like
you got
like the quality.
You got the body, he got the mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Jake definitely.
Oh, Jake's over here is like, what? I got both.
I'm just saying he like acts more like my dad and just like understands things more like my dad. And I don't know if I'm more like my mom or what, but
wait, you're telling me
nice.
So
nice.
I know you're saying he's more like your dad. Marty, you telling me you were an asshole when you were at that age too?
Smart ass.
Smart ass.
Yes.
Hey mom, when's dinner gonna be ready? I'm hungry over here. Come on,
Yeah.
Jake.
Well, I think Jake and I.
Come on, J5.
Yeah, J5, J Boogie.
J Boogie.
We kept a lot similar. I kept a small group of friends. Growing up, I didn't have a large group of friends. We just did a few high school friends, and same way in college.
You still keep up with your high school friends?
Not really.
No?
Not really. I know who
They in the district or they?
I see them every once in a while. Some of them work the same thing as me, but not really. No, I just never.
It's tough. It really is tough growing up with friends. I mean, luckily, we've had the same group of friends for years. I mean, even now, like we're all playing together volleyball, and
it's just super nice.
We're
like,
tight.
Yeah, and it's like I feel like not everybody has a group of friends where you can be 100% yourself,
Right.
and be comfortable and not feel like someone's gonna judge you. But like,
I mean, we're still going to judge each other,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's not going to mean anything.
What are you wearing?
Exactly.
It's out in the open and it's genuine, and no one's like just being a friend with somebody because they have to. Like, we have people that we actually like to be around, and so yeah. I mean, I would be really torn up if I ever lost the friend group I have, and maybe that's why I am the way I am. It's just because like I said, even growing up, I was super social, and so I love having friends around. I love being in a group with a lot of people, and so I think I'm different from probably Dad in that way. It's like I value those relationships, and especially if I know it's someone that like I can really trust with like anything, then I'm gonna like obviously make an effort to always like be around and always check in on them and just do things with them and like obviously keep having experiences and stuff like that. So I'm very lucky to have Marcos, have Danny, have Spencer, and then obviously have my girlfriend, and then Lauren. Is one of our best friends now too, and then Haley is Spencer's wife, and that's our little group right now. So.
Yeah, no, that's cool. It's good to have, and hopefully from here on, and we watched you guys grow up, which is awesome too to see you guys.
But you know what's really funny though, is so when you think of us, you always think of Spencer included, but it took us a while to get Spencer. There's our sophomore year. There was a time trial where we literally trialed out other guys. All right, we need a fourth. All right, we need a fourth guy in this friend group.
Spencer made the cut.
Yeah, when you play video games, you need 4 people. If you're playing water basketball, you need 4 people.
Like literally, we did activities with we literally did the Bachelor style, like different. Like, will you accept this rose? And we dwindled down from there. Where we went to the water park with some. We went to the movies. Went to a hockey game. Like we tried out a bunch of friends. We were figuring out like, hey, what kind of guy do we want? We're like, do we want a black guy in this group? Do we need some diversity besides a Mexican?
Yeah, wasn't there a time when you guys wanted to start a dance group or something?
No, we were just dancing.
Yeah,
okay. You guys.
And guess what? You choreographed it.
Then you guys want to start a boy band?
No. You're the one that choreographed our dancing.
True.
You guys remember that?
Oh yeah,
dancing
with Tommy.
choreograph?
With Tommy. Yeah, with
Yeah,
Tommy.
the three. We still have it on video.
We
We're
do.
gonna have to bring it out.
Yeah.
And not only we have you three, but we have Jake, Chris, and
David.
David. You guys remember that?
That's awesome.
But they did Who's on First too.
Yeah,
We
and
did.
exactly. Yeah,
Both
you
of us.
guys
Yeah,
know.
we did.
And then how cool was that when you guys
We came out.
You guys came out and what's that?
Whatever.
Oh man! So
Probably.
and theirs was good though. Both of them were good, but the way you guys came out and started it off for them, and they're like, "Get the hell off the stage! This is our stage now."
Exactly.
That's only because of their speech impediments. It sounded cute. And Jake got all the lines where it said who's, so he could say the letter. Chris said, who's on second?
So I mean, go back to
I don't know. Who is on second? You sound like Mickey Mouse. oh.
yeah, but you know what? But Will had that
He
same
did
pitch too.
He had a higher pitch voice. We
yeah.
both did. Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, yeah. It wasn't until
you'd
we
be-
still had home phones.
Yeah.
Obviously
You call on the home phone. There was no cell phones
It
yet.
was always like, oh, hey, Will. And then eventually, I think it was like 7th or 8th grade. I finally my voice deepened. It was like Marty.
Hey,
Oh,
it
you know
was-
what?
it-
Mom would always say Marty,
because
and I was like-
it didn't sound the same. Because I mean, we're coaching you guys, and we'll be back there. Ready?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah,
Say. And in 8th grade,
Same rhythm.
ready. What the hell's going on?
You want to talk about phones, Will? The funniest thing is you went through 3 phones in middle school.
Oh, dude, it was like
That was
One
the
for each
One
grade?
lesson a day.
No, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was one for each grade.
My first phone was an iPhone 3, and I had a little Jayhawk cover on it. And I was like, "This is so cool!" Like, and the reason I got my phone. This is funny.
Well,
actually.
yeah. Oh,
yes.
The reason I got my phone was
Dr.
because
Sherman.
it was because the principal had my mom's number basically saved in his phone because I kept getting left because I
That's
would
cool.
stay
At
after.
Hawker. We left him at Hawker.
I would stay after, and we'd play basketball and stuff, and then I would be the last kid there, and all the buses are gone, and it's just me and the principal, and we'd be sitting on the bench, and he'd be like, "Do you think your mom's coming?"
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. So I knew mom's phone number. I was like, please call my mom. I swear she's gonna come pick me up.
It's not like we couldn't walk, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. So eventually it came to the point. Eventually it came to the point where she
You either had to buy him a car or buy him a phone, and the phone was cheap.
Yeah, exactly. And
Somehow he's got to get home.
Yeah, and so I got my phone, and the first day I had it, went to the bathroom, and I had a hoodie on, and it was in like the little pouch, and went to take a piss, and
It fell in the toilet.
damn thing slipped out the pocket right in the toilet. Oh, it's so gross. I was like, I grabbed it so bad. I was like, flush. Yeah. I was like, do I flush? I was like, nah, just grab it and fucking flush the toilet, and walked out. And I tried to play it off later that night. My mom saw my phone. It's like screen's like flashing like this and stuff. And
What did you do to your phone?
First of all, why does your phone smell like pee?
he's like, why is it sticky? I don't know.
And she said hello, and you
Yeah.
just stood there, didn't even tell her. Hey, dude.
But yeah, and
Then
so
the second phone.
Yeah, second phone I dropped. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking of the third phone. The second phone I just dropped, screen cracked straight through it. And it's an older one, so it was broke. But the third one, I had it in my pants, and I changed and went somewhere, and Dad went ahead and did laundry. And I
was trying to help him out.
Yeah, he was trying to be nice and help me out. Yeah, boom, boom. Yeah,
And then he comes down and says, "Where's my phone?"
sent it straight through the washer, and it was ruined.
I did that to him twice. I did his
Apple Care was very, very clutch for me at the very beginning because it was only like $50.
Yeah.
Man.
Those first couple of times, but now I do a lot better job.
Yeah.
I got everything. I can't lose my phone because it's my wallet and it's my phone. And
Why haven't they invented? Remember back in the day with our wallets, we put it on a chain.
Yeah.
my
I've
uncle
said
still
this.
does
With the
that.
phone.
My uncle still does that.
I've said this for phone. They need to have it where just like right back to the side.
Yeah, just like the dog,
The key tag, yeah. They need to do that. They need to be something.
You drop your phone, zoop, you go right back into
Exactly.
your pocket.
Right.
Honestly, it's
But-
not a bad idea. It's
but
not. But this has worked for me because no one carries cash anymore.
Right.
Right.
So that helped me.
I
the
do, I
most.
guess, but
Yeah.
I don't carry cash.
yeah, we kind of have to carry cash. But I mean nowadays. So speaking of Spencer,
Yeah.
so the last time when so we were supposed to do this during last weekend.
Yeah.
Or was it last weekend,
Yeah,
right?
Stacey came over, yeah.
And so you said you called me, and it was cool. We worked with it. I said, I'll work with you, Marty. Spencer, he's gonna. That particular day, Spencer runs out of gas.
He did?
That same day.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he ran out of gas and he calls Marcos. This was Sunday, right?
I paid him cash. Why didn't he go to the gas station?
Well, let me tell you why. Because they were at McDonald's first.
Oh.
So they were at McDonald's. I mean, I'm going to guess they ate there. So we Marcos is getting ready to step out the door.
I'm going to work.
He's
It's about
going
like
to work.
it's about like 8:40.
Yeah, gets a phone call. Go ahead, Mark.
And he goes, "Hey, can you do me a favor? I need you to bring me gas." He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I don't know, dude. I literally just ran out of gas on the road." I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, dude." Like, I was like, "How'd you run out of gas?" He's like, "I don't know. My tank says I still have some." Like, there's no way I ran out of gas. But I guess I ran out of gas. So I run back in time and go, "Hey, Dad, I need a favor. Do you mind? Can you take like one of our gas tanks and just help Spencer out? Because I got to go to work." He goes, "Yeah, no problem."
I was like, "No, man, go call Marty's." No, I'm just kidding.
You've been playing with him all day.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mark says, "Oh," and I said, "Yeah, definitely. Where's he at?" He goes, "Oh, he's
off of Metcalf.
He's off of Metcalf, right across the street from Quick Trip." I'm like, he's across the street. And sure enough, I looked on my phone and I said, "Tell him to send me a pin because I'm really confused." Yep, there he is. He's parked in a McDonald's and right across the street is Quick Trip.
Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
You know what So I said, "Oh yeah," and so I got his number. "Hey, I'm on my way." Boom, I flew there, pull in. And he's like, "Yeah, I ran out of gas." And I'm looking across the street like, "Spencer, there's Quick Trip. How did you not?" He goes, "I know. I ran over there and I tried to buy a gas can. And they didn't have any gas cans."
Oh.
So I said, okay, that makes sense. And so I took mine. We filled it up. Boom, put it in his car. Starts up his car, and it read the half tank. The gauge was a half, and I said, "Dude, maybe it's your battery. Maybe it's your alternator. Maybe it's something."
So actually, we found out yesterday what the real reason was. You weren't there. Yeah, what he told us, he got a bird caught in his fan, and then it messed up his. He had to get something replaced. His crap, something important starts with an I. I can't remember.
I look it up. I had to look on YouTube.
It's an E.
Oh yeah. I was thinking ignition. Like,
Ignition.
Ignition.
I really can't remember what it was, but something.
Oh, his elevator.
His elevator, his carburetor,
his engine. There you go. It's in his engine.
But he got a bird literally lodged in his front of his car, and it messed up, and it cut out like something.
So he didn't need gas. So he didn't actually need gas.
No.
I mean, because he probably only put in maybe, I think, 2 gallons.
Yeah, because I thought they were going to talk about how our truck works.
Our truck. My gas gauge on that.
Oh, then Jake got it stolen.
Yeah, it went out in 2004.
Got it stolen at Home Depot, man.
I didn't get it stolen. It wasn't there.
Apparently somebody, maybe it was that day somebody ordered a refrigerator and they needed to haul it and they didn't have a truck.
I did park next to the Reynolds, but they didn't use the keys.
It's just funny
because scissors.
And me and Jake talk about it. We're like, if that would have been us, the talk we would have got.
I know, right?
The disappointment and the yell out.
I called Jake.
So bad. Jake, it's Dad, and it's just a joke. It's just one big joke that we lost the truck.
Hey, Jake, I don't know what to tell you. The truck's gone.
I said I lost your truck. I said, "You need me to help you come find it?"
Calls me, "Will, you didn't come take the truck." I was like, "What?" And I was like, "I'm in college, in class probably." No, I didn't come take the truck from Home Depot.
Yeah, I drove 40 minutes to play a joke on your dad.
Exactly.
I walked into the store. I walked around. I was going to get lumber, and lumber prices started shooting through the roof. So I was like, "Whoa, wait a second. I need to go measure this. I don't want to buy any extra." And I walked back out, and I was like, "Parked right there. I know I parked right there next to the Reynolds. I know." And so I walked the parking lot. Then I just called Jake. I said, "Jake."
Dude, those are the kind of dreams I have.
Yeah.
You come out and your car's missing.
Stressful.
Missing.
They pulled up the video.
I don't know how many dreams I've had like that.
But,
that's crazy.
Yeah, we just had a bad car year because we had that, and then Lindsay's car got sideswiped on New Year's Day. Took the whole front end off.
Then
Dad hit a raccoon.
Oh, but that got fixed.
And then someone tried to steal a car right out of the driveway.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Dad, that's a story.
It snowed. It snowed like 6 or 8 inches, and all the cars were in the driveway. I had the Malibu, so I was going to get Lindsay's car out of the garage, but Emma's car was right behind it. So I took the Malibu out, and I was going to go down the street because Will said it was kind of running funny. And a car passed me as I was going down our street, and I thought, well, that's weird. I mean, there's a bunch of snow on the ground, but I had Emma's car started and running because I was gonna. And then I was like, that's odd. So I came back, and that car was parked in the middle of the road, and the guy was backing up the Lexus. He hadn't scraped the windows or anything. So I threw the Malibu in behind, and I started, get the fuck out of my my car. What the fuck are you doing?
Wow.
And of course, Lindsay comes out. She thinks I'm yelling at the neighbors. 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm just out yelling at the neighbors.
What are you yelling?
Yelling at Craig.
Will's right above us. Didn't wake
I was
up.
asleep.
I got no
I
one.
was asleep.
Yeah.
Jake's asleep. Everyone's
Everybody's
asleep.
asleep.
Yeah.
I mean,
No one had any
"What the fuck
idea.
my car?" And the guy finally gets out and he goes stumbling, running. And
Damn it. And you start making snowballs. Throwing
well, he left it in reverse. And so
Oh,
I parked
and-
the Malibu, so I was afraid it was going to hit the Malibu. So then I started, you couldn't even fucking put it in park. And I throw it in park. And Lindsay comes outside. He's running. And the girl is in the driver's seat of this like boxy Toyota car thing. And she's trying to get into the back. He goes to jump in the back and then realizes jumps in the front. And so long story short, they take off. Well, the cops show up not long after that. We're talking to him. Of course, Lindsay recognized, well, the girl had a bad hair color. Like she dyed her hair recently.
Yeah.
She's like, bad hair color. That was her evidence. And mine was like, I didn't want the Malibu hit. But it was just odd. It just felt like something bad was going to happen. They tried to pull him over by IKEA, but they ran again because of the snow and stuff.
It's just almost hard to pursue. Yeah.
Sheriffs tried to pull him over in Olathe, and they're like, it's just not worth it. They didn't get away, but they knew him, and they'd been doing it a lot. But we had that, and then of course the computer we had to replace the computer.
Yeah, my dashboard wouldn't light up on the
It went
Malibu,
out.
so I didn't know gas. I didn't know speed.
That's right, yeah.
You got pulled over once?
Yeah, I got pulled over. I got off with a warning because I was like, "Look at this! I couldn't." I know it was 55. I thought I was going about 55. I was like,
you know what?
73. I was
I
like,
had to do that
okay.
I've had to do that before when I was working at a car place. Our dash went out on like an electric car.
Yeah,
I was like, fuck, but I had to take it out because it has to get its mileage like every day. So I downloaded a speedometer and I put it on my dash and I
remember
drove.
that. Yeah, I remember that. I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't do anything like that.
At least I knew how
probably
fast I
should've.
was going.
Yeah, I probably
Right,
should have.
that's
But that Ford the pickup has not had a gas gauge since 2004.
And that's the funny part of that story when they got stolen because there was no gas in it. So when they took off, they didn't
it
get
says
very
full.
far.
It says full.
They probably were trying to. I think they were trying to get on the highway.
Yeah.
Probably.
State
So,
Farm-
Marty, you're like, the joke's on them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted them to. State Farm told me, "Don't worry, it's priority across the border." And I was like, "Well, the gas gauge says full, but it's not." Because I was going to go to the gas station. I used to fill it up for Jake before I bring it back, just because you never knew what's in it. You had to learn to push the button, 230 miles.
Gauge the miles. Yeah.
And you don't know if it's highway miles, street.
But
One time we were driving to school, Mark. It was me, you, and Tommy.
all the brakes.
No,
No,
was
it died.
Emma. That was with Emma. No, we ran out of gas.
Yeah.
And I think we were probably a mile away from north, and I felt to go. And like when the gas runs out in the truck, you lose power steering.
Yeah.
And so it's like,
We had
crank it. Got on the side street. I was like, oh, you guys are gonna have to walk to school.
Yeah.
I'm so
I
sorry.
gotta sit here.
I gotta call my grandpa, and we gotta get some gas in this car.
And you got stuck. You got stuck in the mud.
I got stuck in the mud. That was after Young Life. That sucked. I was with Jay and Sam, and they were giving horrible advice the whole time. They were just gun it. I was like, just gun it. What?
You know what? You have a lot lot of truck experiences because
Yeah, you learn a lot,
we were
man.
at Culver's
Not
one
the
day.
truck.
We were at Culver's one day, and then like, all right, we were gonna head back to your guys' house, and I was like, I'll race you there. It was you and Danny, and I was in my car,
And
we're racing.
shortcut
And
from Panera through past Don Toledo. It's not
Yeah,
Don
through-
Toledo's
Marty,
anymore.
Marty, I get to your house. And I'm like waiting for them. Like usually, like I don't want to say it because like this, but I
Mark's
walked
a crazy
inside.
driver. We started this podcast with us, right?
Whatever. No. I get home. I go inside, and I'm sitting there, and I was there for a while. I call him, hey, dude, where the hell you guys at? He goes, we're stuck. It's like, what? Yeah, you know that hill near Quick Trip and Panera, or by Culver's and Panera? We're stuck in there. I was like, what?
I ditched it. Yeah, I freaking ran it up in there. I had the tires sunk. I couldn't get it out. I was putting that thing in 4-wheel drive.
And then we knew
And you still couldn't get it out.
Still couldn't get it out. I mean, I submerged this whole right side of the tire. I was like, oh my god.
It was on top. It was just a slime.
Yeah.
But he
that's-
backed into the mailbox across the street,
Shit.
knocked it off. People weren't home.
This
so
was
he-
with Jake. It was with Jake. Yeah.
a long time. So he puts it back on. So there
Sturdy
was always-
mailbox. Sturdy mailbox.
There was a dent in the back of that tailgate. And
Did
so
more
when-
damage to the truck than it did the mailbox.
Mailbox?
Yeah.
So when it got stolen, I was like, "Oh, I don't know where that dent came from. They must have did that." So they fixed the dent and everything. Father's Day, Jake decides to do the same thing. Same mailbox. Though the whole family's there, they're all on the front porch yelling, "Stop!" Stop. Same dent in the same spot on the tailgate.
It's like
Will comes out, Jake, what did you do?
I was out,
Look at it.
I was out cleaning the
hilarious.
car across the street, and I saw him, and I heard them all yelling, "Stop! Stop!" And he just keeps backing
So
up.
how many times have you had to fix that mailbox?
Well, we just put a new one in, and it's not going anywhere.
No, it's solid
first
now.
They didn't see Will
mailbox.
do it the first time, so this is like karma.
Yeah,
like
just pushed it back down.
he
on
just set it
It's
back on
on
there.
the snail. nails, yeah.
And they told me how, it was loose. That's fine. I was like, well, I need to take care of it. Like the whole family was standing there. I can't not fix the neighbor's mailbox. And,
they won't see this podcast, so they don't know about this.
So that dent is back with the same color marked right there.
And then, so Will was one of the first people to have his license and driving around for our friend group.
Shit,
So we pull out in the north parking lot, the one on Johnson Drive. So either turn right or left.
That's a tough one.
Well, Will turns right, but he turned right into the left lane. He took a wide turn.
You have to in that truck.
Yeah, but
No. He took a very
on the other side of the island.
yes. So we see cars.
I had to have looked drunk or like high as shit. I was driving towards oncoming traffic, not thinking about it.
And there's
Will,
and then luckily there's that quick side street right there to the right. He quickly turns into that one on the left, and we're like, dude, what are you doing?
I don't know, man.
We'll say, okay, we're here.
This is where we're supposed to be, right?
Well, one of the funny tweets I saw that Dallas put out that one time he was in in Liberty, and that car stopped and it had its hazards on with the blinking left and right.
Oh, which way?
Up behind him. Which way are you turning, left or right? He's not going anywhere.
I was being dumb on purpose.
That's funny.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh my god!
Didn't he used to bump your trash cans around when he come pick up Marcos?
No, the neighbors. When I backed out of the driveway, whoever was your guys' neighbors, I never realized I did it.
To this day, okay, so we have new neighbors across the street, and they've been there for maybe
5 years.
Yeah,
5, 6
4,
years.
5, 6 years. Anyway, but the very first year they move in, their mailbox is flattened. It's laying. I'm like, which one of you guys did it? To this
Wasn't
day,
me. Wasn't me. Wasn't him. Wasn't her.
To this day, we don't know who did it, but it was laying down. I felt so bad. I was like, apparently one of us did it, because it just doesn't fall in that direction that it was.
Exactly.
Unless somebody was in my driveway and they pulled out, that could have been it. But
that's good because I couldn't count on Emma to keep a secret like that.
And
I gotta tell him. Will I have to tell them?
We did it. It was us.
She can keep a secret.
Oh, okay.
She's the one that can't. She's the one that can't.
That's funny. Maybe like gifts and stuff. I feel like if you're in trouble though, she's
she'll throw you under the bus, but she will keep a secret.
But she's good at doing gifts and planning. Yeah, if there's like a family vacay or something like that, she's funny.
Yeah. Wow, this has been fun. Yeah, this has been really fun. Great time. Real quick, before we end, you said you had a father-son moment on the football field earlier.
Oh,
well, and that was Marcos and it was because of an injury. He told you get your ass up, Yeah. So when this guy broke his hand, remember when you broke your hand? So
clarification. It was freshman year. It was a JV game. We were at Northwest. We were playing.
Okay.
And I got my hand smashed between like two helmets. I was like, just broke it. Or we didn't really know if it broke at the time, but it hurt like hell. And we're at home.
Yeah, we're at home, and I said, "What the fuck? Stop crying. Let me see your hand."
Like he takes my hand.
I grab your hand. I'm like,
and he
look that way.
I'm watching TV. And he squeezes my hand.
I'm trying to pop it back into place to see what. And he literally just he dropped.
I went to my knees.
Yeah, like pain.
He dropped to the floor, and I have his hand up here, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Trying to pop your hand back together. And he's like, "No."
So funny.
And well, you know what? Damn, let's take you to the doctor. Oh yeah, it was freaking broken here and here, and I think I broke it here.
Just it was a break. I was like, ah!
Damn it! I think I just broke. I heard it pop, but damn, I thought I put it back in place.
Dads never want to believe it.
Yeah,
that's so true.
Like, oh, here, okay. I'll do it myself. You're not hurt. I'll just pop it back.
It's like fixing a house.
Yeah. Right. So, okay. Before we end this podcast, of course, Will, I have to bring this up. Okay.
Is it about football?
Yes,
it
football.
I was about to say we've had a lot of injuries actually growing up, and sometimes it was coaches that got hurt.
So. Yes. So,
Coach, I've never felt like this, like the blood rush out of my body. Like I feel like I went dead white, and I'm sure the same thing happened to you for a different reason.
No, and like I've told you to this day, it's all good. I know you sometimes you just still apologize for it. For one, it wasn't your fault.
Yeah,
it was
went
not
through
your
a
fault.
kid's hands.
Pretty sure it was Jordan.
So it was.
Jordan.
Yeah, and you remember that day, Marty?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. So I'm coaching the defensive backs. Do you guys know this story? Okay, yeah. So I'm coaching the defensive back, defensive backs.
Yeah, it's us.
And Jordan goes out for a pass, and instead of catching the ball, it goes right through his hands, and the ball hits me square in the eye.
The tip
of the ball hit me square in the pupil.
You never seen a more perfect spiral.
I know, right? It was a nice throw, Will. It really was. And it went through his hands.
Oh man!
And I remember I was
probably helmeted back then.
And I've never been. Well, I can't say I've never been hit that hard before, but directly in the eyeball. Yeah, and I just remember holding my face.
Practice stopped.
And I'm like, I guess because I couldn't, I just held my.
You're on the ground, man.
I dropped to my knees because it was pain, and then I'm tasting blood. At this time, I taste blood, and then I remember I get up and you come over, Marty. You come over to me and you're like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Marty," I said, "I just got hit in the face with the ball," and I remember looking right at you, and I said, I can't open my eye.
Yeah.
And you say, "Mario, your eyes are both open." I said, "No." And he said, "Yeah, they're both. You're looking right at me." I was like, "I can't see, Marty." I said, "I can't see out of my right eye." And what it was just yellow. It was just a yellow glaze over my eye, and that was just the blood that was flowing through. And I was like, "Oh man, I can't see." But at the same time, I mean, it's to me it was pretty different. If you sit here and you cover your right or left eye, you're covering your eye. Mm-hmm. With me, I had both eyes open, but it was just weird. It was a weird thing.
Yeah, I bet.
I kind of felt like I was looking through both of them, but it was really looking through one, and it was just weird. So I was like, all right, I got cringe. I was like, man, I got to go, Marty. I got to go because this doesn't feel right. And I had a concussion, and I remember, I think you said, "You know what? I'll take you to the hospital." I'm like, "No, dude." I said, "Finish practice."
I can't believe. Did you drive?
I hope not.
There were a lot of parents there. We always had a lot of moms there. So
they love watching.
And of course, Sandy wasn't there that day.
Yeah.
And we called her, and she told me, "Suck it up." She said, "Yeah." She said, "Just suck it up, and we'll figure it out after practice."
I'm blind.
I'm like, "No." I said, "I can't see out of it." I said, "I'm tasting blood. I can feel it going down my throat. I can't see. I'm taking myself." "Oh, all right. I'll be there. I'll come pick you up." So yeah, she picks me up. We go to the hospital. They looking at it. They're doing all kinds of shit, looking in flashlights, and then they're like, "Wow." They said, "Literally, the dimples of the football are on your pupil." And he said, "Did you not even see the ball coming?" I said, "No, I didn't." I said, "I was coaching, and the ball just appeared and hit me in the face." And he's like, "Wow." He goes, "Well, we're gonna have to." He goes, "It's a good thing you came, because if you would have waited any longer, you probably would have lost it." And the other thing, sorry, Will. And the other thing was, he said, "And your eyeball's literally pushed back a little further than what it's supposed to be." And I said, "Well,
you just should have plugged your nose."
I should have jumped in water. Can I put my head in a bucket and try to squeeze it out? And it was, And the doctor's like, "You know what? You're gonna be fine." He said, "You're here. We're going to do this." And I can't even remember what they did. They might have put a plunger on it, try to pop it.
I like that you can joke about this.
Yeah, and I can joke about it now. And back then,
it was real cartoon style. They put a hose in your mouth.
I was going like trying to hit myself in the back of the head. Go, "Okay, I think it's coming out." So that was just a for real moment. One of those moments. And
to be fair, though,
and it was cool. Go ahead.
To be fair, in that same moment, it was either the practice before, it was within the same time period. You were talking to another coach. Will throws a ball, and you just go. You weren't even looking.
You remember that?
He snags it out of the air.
Because I was in this sense, I was coaching the D-backs again, and I think I had both eyes at that time. And
you weren't looking,
and I wasn't looking, and I was. Oh no, I was working with the receivers, and I was showing them their route, and I said, "Will's going to hit you here. This is where you need to be. This is where you need to be." And for some reason, Will decides to throw the ball. And I even said, do not throw the ball, which is practicing. Okay, we're running. It's a walkthrough. Boom. You should be right here. I hear that. And I just reached up, tink, and I caught it.
I just caught it.
And I wasn't even looking. I just heard it went poof. And I said, "Will, damn it." I said, "Don't throw the ball." and everybody's just
practice got heated sometimes.
Everybody's just looking at me like, how the hell did he just catch that? He wasn't even looking. It was just a weird thing. My peripheral I was just able to see it and catch it. And that's funny because that's like a memorable moment too.
Yeah. You want to talk about heated? I don't remember what we did, but we ran the entire court.
I remember exactly what happened. It was Emilio. We didn't do anything.
Remember after a game, we lost the one game we lost in 8th grade, and then somebody made a comment to
yes, to the cheerleaders. Yes.
Oh yeah.
And so they always told us in the league that like cheerleaders don't mess with them. Don't like football coaches don't ever mess with them.
Because they gotta show.
They come up on their own. That's like they're not. They don't have any reason to be there.
We had an easy opponent coming up.
I remember because we it was the Mustangs. It was the Mustangs. Whatever we lost, it was like a Gardner something.
It was probably Bayless.
We lost somehow, and then we beat them 40-0 the next week.
That was great.
Yeah. So that was the one that's like, okay, well, we'll each take a station. One of us had hills, one of us had bear crawls.
Yeah.
And the one thing it built a team because
if one person fucks up, we all get the fuck up.
No one would sell out. Every time they'd come to me on the hills, I'd say, okay, so who did it? Who was the one smart enough that no one would say a word? No one would.
Hey, I really didn't know. Otherwise, I would have said something.
Everybody knew it was Emilio. Everybody was Emilio. He didn't go to Hawker.
I knew, yeah.
And he was a short little fat kid, and it's like, and he didn't go to Hawker. And so we got Anthony and we got Emilio.
And Anthony wasn't going to say anything.
And so I was like,
Oh, you know what I remember, because you know what he did also? Him and Angel. He tried walking on his back to pop his back, and then Angel was hurt that game.
Oh, really? Is that what hurt his
Angel
back?
and Angel didn't play too much that game either.
Because that hurt him more,
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was because he was playing a lot of basketball at the time, and he hurt his back.
He tried walking on his back to pop it or something. He was like,
That's funny, dude.
But it built the team because all of a sudden no one would sell out, and it was like that's kind of what came to the end. Hey, at least we're all going to stick together, win or lose.
Then we went and beat them 48-0 the next week.
Yeah, we put it to them. The wind helped us.
Yeah.
It was like 40-0 after the first quarter.
It's crazy.
And then that was the one game where we were hitting too hard. I had to talk to the officials. I had to act like I was talking to the officials because I was like, hey, the coach over here is kind of upset you guys are hitting us so hard. Like you guys need to tone it down. I was like, and I'm not telling Angel I'm going to tone it down. So I just went out there and it's like, look, I'm going to act like I'm talking to you.
That little Angel, he would destroy, man. He'd just run over.
Yeah, because kids would get held up, and it was just like, he got so excited. Yeah, because you were just like holding him up, and you were just waiting for him to come.
Well, all the coaches.
I think I even heard Angel yell, hold him up, hold him up, hold him up.
Well, all of them got mad because about week 3, you put Angel in the middle of the field at middle linebacker, because what everybody did was, I'm going right when he's left.
That's why we played opposite sides, because I was a cornerback on one side and Will was a linebacker on the other.
So then when you put Angel in the middle, all the coaches were like, what are we going to do now? He's right in the middle of the field. And then, we tried to keep you guys separate, so we knew we had no weakness.
It would speed.
And then, because I remember, what was it? I just totally lost my train of thought. It was something important. Oh, I remember, because I don't remember who one of your aunts, Will. I don't remember which one said it. She was on the wrong side of the bleachers, and they were talking about how big we are. And she goes, they must put some in the water. And she goes, oh, I'm just going back over my Johnson County water onto my side or something. One of them said something funny. I was like, oh man, because we were huge.
We just had a group.
It's size, man.
We had Danny in and stuff like that, and Gower.
Back when he was Diesel. He was
Diesel.
He was a Diesel.
I thought Tamoris was Diesel. I was like, oh, you're Diesel, right? He's like, no, it's that guy over there. It's that one. Danny. He's like skinny ginger dude. Yeah.
Tamoris was actually a Shawnee Mission West kid. That was when we had to fight for to keep him on the team.
He was,
And so, which I was glad we did.
Yeah. So funny.
Right.
Some good memories.
Yeah. Good. Yeah. A lot of good memories. You guys brought up some good stuff.
Yeah, this is a good one. We went for a while, but I'm glad we did.
How long was it?
It's about an hour 50. Cool. Give or take a couple minutes of
50 or 15?
50.
50.
Oh, shit.
Didn't feel like it, did it?
So, okay. So
does not feel like it.
So we end our episodes. I mean, here's what I'm going to do. I come up with 5 favorites, and I'll ask you guys, what are your 5 favorites, right? So you'll have the same thing. So we'll start with Marty, and then we'll go to you, Will. So favorite restaurant?
Cascones.
Cascones?
Yeah.
Which is
Johnny Cascones on Metcalf, 81st and Metcalf. Yeah,
it's him and Mom's anniversary place.
Yeah, So Don Chilito's closes down, and now it's that place. Right?
Cheers,
Don Chilito's breakfast, lunch.
Cheers. He went and talked to the manager.
I did. I went. He told me about the book. He was right.
Trying to buy one of his microwaves in the back.
Like,
did he sell it and he get rid of anything?
No. See, who's it? A Big Biscuit's going in? Is that what's going in? Yeah, Big
really?
Biscuit's
breakfast. Yeah, I think it's Big Biscuit. It's right across from Village Inn.
Yeah.
Yep. Wow.
Johnny Cascones is where we go.
Cascones. What about you, Will?
Mine is up in Liberty. It's called Mi Hacienda. I drag Marcos there sometimes. I drive 30 minutes to go eat it. It's just Mexican food, but I freaking love it. I get the same thing there every time, and then they got...
Please tell me you don't get a chimichanga.
No, I don't get a chimichanga. Right. It's called a Mi Hacienda burrito. Okay. It is so good. Yeah. I love that place. They're super cool to us.
Yeah.
And that's where basically me and my girlfriend go on Just like a date
every week.
Yeah, I go.
They
once a
literally-
week. I love that place.
all the way to Liberty
Literally,
just to get that.
I
But you
love
get
that
used to the
place.
drive. It's one of those.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
we're used to it
and
now.
I've made that drive so many times. It feels
Right.
Like 15
I know. Even I
minutes.
have, man. I'm an honorary KA member at that
Yeah,
fraternity.
he's part of the fraternity.
I go up there. I go up there.
He should have gone to formal, man.
So, favorite sport you ever played?
Football.
Football was your
Yeah.
sport?
Yeah. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, because soccer wasn't real popular growing up. It was just kind of the thing. It started, and then I liked basketball, but I never put in the effort. And baseball was fun too. I would like Jake and I were real similar.
You were on a team that went to.
Yeah,
state?
we lost state. We lost state my junior year in baseball to Olathe South, which Mark James's dad was the coach on the Olathe South team. So he still had the scorebook. He brought the scorebook to practice.
I didn't know Olathe South's been around that long.
Yeah, no, we played them in football. Yeah, they had Olathe South.
Because Olathe North's been around a long time.
Yeah, Olathe South and Olathe North were the only Olathes when I was in school.
Well, right, but like our 4 years, we didn't. Besides our senior year, we didn't play
one
Olathe
time.
South. Like it seemed like it was forever before we played Olathe South in general.
Yep.
And your favorite, Will?
Football for sure. Just like I mean,
Hey, you don't own allegiance to anymore. That party.
yeah, that's true. But
You can say golf.
Like I'm saying, yeah. Well, I was gonna say now it's like golf and beach volleyball. Like,
Right.
I love golf and beach volleyball. But I'm just a competitive person. Like I had any sport we played, I had a great time, and especially when I was playing with my friends is when I had because like you said,
You know what?
I went and played AAU basketball with the Keys, and it was just different. Like I did fine,
compete, but
I didn't love practice like I love practicing with you guys. I didn't love playing the games like I love playing the games with you guys. And
You know, it's funny you say but you love to compete, dude. That's why we don't like playing with you. We're just trying to play a pickup game,
yeah.
and you're out here
I don't get
fucking.
invited to pick up basketball,
You're out
especially
here-
when we were state champs and like I was like actually good at basketball. Yeah, I never got invited to play pickup because that was never fair.
Man, we're just trying to.
fair. It's a game. We're playing to win.
We're playing at a church, man, and we're just trying to shoot. You know, get a
It's
rebound,
so
you dish
true.
it, and you're just
He's
trying.
boxing out.
Exactly. Like, wow.
Calling fouls.
Try and jump over people.
Zero step.
So speaking of basketball, what was it like? I mean, because you were on the varsity team, right? You were playing varsity
Yeah,
because you didn't get. Did you get to play any freshman basketball?
So that was I played the
A little
first
bit.
3 games. I played at Blue Valley Southwest.
That was an intense
and-
game.
and
Because
we-
Coach Kerr,
Yeah.
right? You were playing for Coach Kerr.
Yeah,
That was an intense
Coach,
game.
Yeah, Coach Martin Kerr.
St. James at Hawker.
They brought me back down to play at St.
yeah.
James because they wanted us to have our best team. We lost too, but we played in the new Hawker gym. We were like the first game ever. Those rims
play
were
there?
hard. You couldn't shoot a 3-pointer.
No
'cause
seating.
Yeah.
We had metal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
people were-
it's a stage, and then
People
Oh,
were
that's
just like,
right,
People
yeah.
were just like standing, and then
Olathe East or somebody? There's a weird.
Olathe Northwest, and that one was toxic. I do remember that. That was
Bonte was there. That was
so bad. It went so
dude. They
bad
told
for us.
Bonte to like
go back to jail.
go back. To
Oh,
prison.
that's right.
You remember that? Yeah.
Went to
That is
overtime.
I think you
That
had
was
to win it
so-
for us,
Dude, yeah,
I-
because
we went
you
to
guys
double
fouled out.
overtime or something.
Yeah, you guys
It was
fouled
like
out.
You and Danny,
And
left.
we just had to keep moving the ball because
Yeah.
we're like it's like 15 seconds and we just like
yeah.
keep moving the ball. Don't let the time go, man.
Monte fouled out like right before the overtime, and then I fouled in overtime, and
That's
then
right. I
it was
forgot
like
about
it
that
was you,
game.
Byron, and Danny, and that was like, and at the end, those parents were pissed.
Yeah.
God, it was-
So, but
You
yeah,
played JV. You always
yeah,
put it up for
freshman
varsity.
year was weird because you never knew where I was.
Yeah.
I was either with freshmen or I was sitting the bench on varsity or I was playing JV. Like I was one, and then at one time I played sophomore, and mom didn't know where I was.
Yeah,
And she was
went up
panicking.
to the
Will,
school.
where
She called
are
the-
you?
Yeah, she called the school. Where's my son?
Called the
Like,
athletic
and
director.
they're like looking at all the roster. Like, man, I'm so sorry.
have
We
no
do
idea
not
where he
know where
is."
your son is.
Shit.
And
I think we lost him.
yeah, we lost him. I was on a bus somewhere.
But the one Blue Valley Southwest, we were going to go watch varsity, and it's one where the track's around the top of and we come around the track and we look down there. Will's on the floor. Will's playing, and we're like,
okay.
Will's down
Yeah.
there playing. So.
So yeah, freshman year I didn't really play. Sophomore year, I starting at the end. Like I got to the point where I was definitely the better player. Like me and Cole Gibson, we rotated pretty decently. But I got to the point where I was playing comfortably. Like I finally got used to the varsity speed in basketball.
Yeah.
And like that's what I was thinking about honestly with Illy is like she's played varsity volleyball, right? These last couple of years.
Yeah.
And soccer.
Yeah, I think it's gonna translate really well for her with basketball. So I wouldn't worry like too much about her with that. I think she's gonna do great.
Yeah, she's conditioned.
Oh yeah. But yeah, no, and then obviously junior year's the year we won it, and I started every game that year, and that was really cool. I mean, we didn't lose to a single Kansas school. We lost to only Missouri schools. We lost 4 games,
I remember. Yeah.
and we lost to like some prep
Yeah.
schools.
State champions.
Yeah.
Other than Lee Summit. Lee Summit was not.
Yeah, but they were good.
But they were undefeated. Yeah.
Man. Favorite movie?
I'm gonna throw out like a bunch of movies. I'm ready. I'm gonna Remember the Titans, The Invincible,
Football movies. Shawshank. Oh,
Any Given Sunday?
Any Given Sunday,
Shawshank.
Division 3,
Division 3. Oh yeah, football.
The Replacements?
You talking about football spiders? Yeah.
the comebacks.
What else?
Remember the time we said. Remember the
Growing
time
up, I watched a movie
when the game
called-
stands
the
tall.
longest yard.
The 1970 and the early 2000s.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
When the game stands tall.
Dude, if you're gonna name every football movie,
That new one with
What was the one with Tom Cruise?
McGuire.
All the right
Top
moves.
Gun.
All the right moves.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right?
Yeah,
All the
that's
right
old
moves.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
oh yeah.
Radio.
Hey, what's the one with Keanu Reeves? What's that one?
Replacements?
Where he's-
Replacements?
Yeah, Keanu.
Yeah, I think that was the replacement.
That's the replacements.
Um,
Okay, gotcha.
What was the one with The Rock?
The game plan.
Game
Yeah.
plan.
Mhm. That's a good one.
Or the one with the new one, Zachary Levi, who did Kurt
Boy,
Warner.
we got thrown off real quick.
I would
We
just
went
like
from
to say I
favorite
have
to
more. Yeah, I have
what's
more
your favorite movie
depth.
to? Let's name every football movie.
What's your
after.
favorite?
I was like, I have more depth than that.
All right.
Well,
I don't know.
Apparently, you guys don't have one. So.
the one movie I watched a lot was called Strange Brew.
Strange
Growing
Brew.
up.
Oh yeah. With the
Moranis?
McKenzie brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. You know,
I
I
don't
don't
know
think they've
why.
ever seen it. Yeah.
I watched that a lot when I was growing up. I don't know why. I just
Yeah.
liked anything with goofy humor.
Not Deadpool, Will?
Airplane and those kind of,
Yeah.
So
You do love
kinda-
Deadpool.
The second time you watch it, you got more humor out of it.
Yeah. Did you ever watch a Hometown?
The Greatest Showman.
No, not Hometown.
That's what I was thinking.
Shut up.
Honestly.
I'm talking to him. You're talking to Marty.
Well, no, oh shit! The one
Hometown?
with the I told you the movie with
The Little Giants.
Home Team. Home Team with.
You like the Little Giants?
Oh, I forgot about the Little Giants.
I've never seen the Little
What?
Giants.
Oh, come on!
The Last Play.
I've never seen
Did I say
it.
the last play?
The annex of Puerto or the
Anastasia.
No, the
Anesthesia play.
No, no,
Anesthesia from Japan.
it's the annexation of Puerto Rico.
That's what I meant to say.
How do you not know about the annexation of Puerto Rico, man? That's the
You gotta
play.
watch it. And then the kids, the uniforms that they wear in that movie, they were New York Giants and Dallas
Dallas
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
Yeah, so-
Oh, really? That's awesome.
The Little
Okay.
Giants, man.
The Little Giants. The Cowboys are the bad guys in that movie.
And it's the dad from Modern Family.
That's funny because the bad guy, in the Longest Yard,
It's all in the
they look
film,
like
no.
the Cowboys in that too.
Yeah, they were.
That's right, the bad boys.
No, well, you can't think of
Well, we
nothing.
got- yeah, but
No,
no,
I
I was asking Marty about the home team with the coach of the Saints.
Oh, are you talking about the one with
Sean Payton, but it's
yeah,
it's
Sean
the guy-
Payton.
It's
It's about Sean Payton, but the guy
Kevin James.
Yeah,
Kevin James.
Yeah.
Really? Huh.
You never get to see that because we had talked
It's
about
on
it.
the year he was
on
suspended and
It's
when
on Netflix?
yeah.
Okay.
It was the year he was suspended and what he did when he was suspended.
Okay.
You know, for was
Really?
it bounty hunt or
I don't know
whatever it was. Yeah.
when coach's son or whatever
It's actually pretty good football movie.
Oh, yeah.
with humor obviously
Yeah.
mixed
Yeah.
in.
I don't know. I feel like movies right now are hard for me because, like, you guys have always made me a big Marvel fan. Like, you've always made sure that like I see the movies and
You
know
have
what's
to.
going
Yeah.
We're
on.
waiting
Yeah,
on
that's-
Thor.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen the new Thor, but like Thor Ragnarok is obviously a really good movie. And then obviously the two like Endgame and Infinity War were.
If you don't say a Captain America movie,
totally
I want
forgot.
my shield
I
back.
totally
I want
forgot.
my shield back.
I totally forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah.
We're talking about movies, right? We're
Sorry,
talking about.
yeah, I was trying to keep myself
I'm still stuck on football movies. They're like, what's he talking about? Marvel.
Give me back that
Okay.
shield if you're not going to say a Captain America movie.
You can use it as a prop here, but I love that shield. I actually think it's.
You need to have it hanging up on your wall.
Or you should
like
just
a
carry it
frame.
around with you.
Yeah, I think
I
so.
would. It's so fucking
Put it in a
dope.
car.
It's literally a replica make.
It is sick.
Well,
Okay. Favorite color?
Red.
Red.
Chiefs red.
Chiefs
Chiefs
red.
red.
That's what
Chiefs
he
red.
was raised.
That's why I wore red
It
today
was
for you
always
guys.
Chiefs red.
Appreciate
see?
it. It's cool gear. Honestly,
Can't-
it's sick.
This is Dallas on it, but
No,
the
it's
Dallas
sick, bro.
Chiefs, man.
even my hat, yeah.
When they were, it was a couple years ago. They wore the ones with the Texas on the side. That's what
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
what
you know,
Derek-
it's funny
Derek
you say that
Johnson
because
was
last
still playing,
night
Jamal
last night at the volleyball, Craig and I are talking, and we start talking, and then I said, you know where the Chiefs come from. Oh, hell with that! No, that's fucking bull. And he started getting all crazy. And he goes, "That's old," and that. I'm like, dude, I said, remember that time when Miles Austin and
Oh yeah,
oh no, the Chiefs should have never wore that.
we were there. We were at that game.
We were at the game.
Yeah, we were up in
Yeah,
like
it was
flood,
cold that
nosebleeds.
day.
Yeah, we were in nosebleeds and it was cold.
cold. Yeah.
I thought I was gonna fall in the field.
Luckily, where we sat was in the yellow section.
Yeah.
We can go in and out and
That's
stay, get warm, and luckily, because if not, I would have froze to death that day.
We were prepared.
Yeah, and last but not least, favorite dessert. Yeah, are you guys okay? We'll go ahead and answer.
If you don't say,
I love ice cream.
Hey man, if you
doesn't matter what kind.
Yeah.
We don't say our mom's.
if you don't say your mom's
happens?
cupcakes, she's gonna see this and she get upset.
Well, those aren't a dessert.
So you gotta.
Now they're just
understand-
everyday
you have
food.
To understand
They're
that if I eat or if any one of us eats cake, it instantly is being judged. And like honestly, I can't remember the last time I like got a piece of cake and ate all of it. If that makes sense, because like if I eat it and it doesn't kind of taste like my mom's, or if I don't think I just.
You know, candy counts as dessert, Will.
Dude, I love candy.
I know you love candy.
For my birthday every year, I get this like key lime cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. It's
You got to pick out the roaches.
What the fuck?
You know they're dirty. That restaurant's
Don't ruin
dirty.
his moment.
Yeah, jeez, thanks, Mark. No, but that's like that. That's probably my favorite dessert, I guess.
All right, that was my 5. But you know what? I got one more.
Oh,
Favorite cheese dip.
Oh my God.
Mott's cheese.
My
dip.
cheese-
without
So
a doubt.
good.
I told you,
Without a
people
doubt.
out there, I got a cheese dip. You guys got to taste.
Yes.
It's gonna be
Honestly.
coming out here soon.
For sure.
Super Bowls. When all do we get it?
Hell,
Super
I-
Bowls?
Jar of happiness. Is what
I
it
mean,
is.
you-
Parties.
I mean, I tell you, you let me borrow some tools there. I said, you know, I'm gonna make some more cheese dip.
Hey, it's not too
Birthdays.
far. It won't be too far away. You guys gotta get ready for the next trivia night.
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Halloween.
I would like to. Yeah.
Okay.
Got to start looking into that.
we have my girlfriend's pretty good when you guys did animals last time, the biology
science
stuff.
part.
And your guys' costume was great
you know,
though.
hey, but you know who killed that part? There was
Tommy.
little Tommy.
Yeah,
He's literally a zoologist or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, he's actually on his way to California right now
Nice.
for his Dr. Ed or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get ready for that coming up.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen. I
This
appreciate it.
was the longest episode, but I think it was well worth it.
Yeah, it was
great.
fun. It was fun,
We can
definitely.
cut it down. We can chop it down.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys.
There's a lot of good stuff. I don't want to cut nothing out.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
though.
we'll try to just cut out the little gaps in there, and it'll just be one long conversation.
Are we
We'll
gonna be able to do
knock
these?
it down to maybe an hour.
We're gonna do those two someday.
We can
We can.
get both of these guys. Oh yeah, yeah.
trade
we should.
off.
Yeah, we
Chris,
do
you can
that.
sit in my seat. Jake will be in Will's.
That'd be awesome.
And I'll run your board.
Yeah,
That'd be fun.
Because that's a whole other side of their lives.
Oh yeah.
I know. Yeah, that would be fun too. Guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate it
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mod.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Big Mockcast. Thanks for watching.